Hey guys, my name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool, here to play some D&D with you guys, and I've got my friends here who we've predetermined an order to do introductions this time, about 5 seconds ago.
Oh,
Oh, you are absolutely last,
I was
Neville.
AFK.
Neville, you are absolutely last, just so you know.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sorry, go on, Katie.
All right. I'm Katie. I play Annalisa Goodbarrel, who is a halfling storm-held barbarian.
I'm Noelle, and I play Tucker Sparrows, who is a half-elf rogue.
And I'm Neville. I play Ordo Broken Tusk. He is a Tempest Cleric Loxodon.
I'm Kelly. I play Wiggs, the wild magic sorcerer.
Wow, Kelly, your mic sounds different.
Yeah, I got a new mic recently. I think it sounds better. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, it sounds great. Totally.
Kelly, say again.
Whatever you say, yeah, it sounds great.
Oh, great, fantastic. Thank you, Neville, my dearest friend, who I've known for so long. All right. Kelly can't join us
let's
today.
see how long it takes for that watcher count to drop.
Kelly can't join us today. We've had some pretty bad storms in Florida the past few days. I actually had lightning strike legitimately right outside my window yesterday, which ended up scaring me the shit awake. I ended up like twisting around like a cat would when they wake up. You know what I'm saying? I think I threw up my back and I almost died. Oh, shoot. Also, by the way, there's a new map up there, guys. You guys can probably see that map with 4 rooms.
Oh my gosh, look at that dungeon.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna post. I'm gonna post real quick on Instagram to tell people to come and join. I don't use my Instagram too much, and it's definitely not an official Instagram, but I might consider making a Botanist Cool Instagram. I just don't. I don't use Instagram a lot because it's like I don't have photos to share because I'm just too handsome. It would destroy the world if I share too many photos.
Yeah, exactly.
But that map up there is a simple level 1 dungeon. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it, though. I actually have a Google Doc filled with information about it. But before we do anything, though, we're gonna get to our knowledge rolls. Which, if you guys are joining us for the first time, at the beginning of every game, I give the players a moment to basically say, "Hey, I want to know more about the backstory of this world. I want to know more about what my character would know. Maybe what their favorite meat is. Maybe what kind of local dances there are. Maybe they actually have a question about the local environment, or even something about the quest." And they get to roll just a flat d20, see if they know anything just from existing. So we'll go in the same order we did our introductions with, starting with Kelly. Katie, go.
Starting with Kelly.
Katie, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, Katie, go on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Katie.
All right. So let me see. I think it just makes sense for me to roll to see what else Annalisa might have ever heard her parents say, or even like her grandparents say about this place and what was built, and like anything that might come in useful for that. Like just trying to remember if anything ever even hinted at a thing being below the obelisk.
Yeah, go on.
That's a 15.
All right. I will say this. Back in the day, because I'm not sure if I don't think you've determined if your grandparents are still alive yet. Are they alive? That's up to you.
I still haven't decided.
All right, I'll say when you were young and talking to your grandparents, this is old memory. It's more along the lines of like passing, like, oh, they've mentioned a basement a few times here and there, but they just mentioned they could never get back to it. And you've probably been interested, like, oh, what kind of family stuff do we have in the basement? And they go, oh, it's nothing important, just stuff lost to time kind of deal. We can't get there, It's more along the lines. It was kind of like passed down so casually that's almost been forgotten about. But they obviously knew about the basement, but to them, obviously, for some reason, it was inaccessible for one reason or another.
So she did, or thinking back on it, she's like, oh yeah, we should have remembered there's a basement here, because I remember it was like a surprise to everyone.
It's more along the lines of like, You're not sure if Grandpa or Grandma like remembered the wrong place or something, or we're like talking about like the basement maybe in the winery or the basement in the house, or something like kind of like deal. Because like you probably searched the house and found like no sincere basement, but like the winery and the cellar has a basement. You know, they're probably thinking about like that, like oh whatever they're thinking about. Because you guys never once visited a basement, you never saw proof of it, so it's just like oh there was a basement, probably something from their childhood. You know, it's never been taken in sincerity. In the terms of like it's kind of like oh when I was a kid I went down to the basement and I did this like cool thing grandpa, but then you find out like 5 years later your grandpa's house has a basement where he did that thing. It's like for those 5 years you did not remember or know really about it, you just knew that your grandpa was in a basement at one time, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of like pieced it together a little bit, like as you're walking there you're like oh shit I remember what grandpa and grandma said. All right, Tucker.
I might be putting you a little bit on the spot here, Steph, but I want to know a little more about Professor Chillin. Like, what's his deal? Like, what did he study? What's
Yeah.
his you know?
Business.
Yeah.
Go for it.
16.
Professor Lanu Chilin, as you know, is a very renowned scholar within the Republic. The thing about Professor Lanu Chilin that you do know is he's been around for what I say 130 years some odd, and during the time he obviously served within the Guild Nation. You're not sure if he served in the guild or just helped in the guild as a whole, but you heard he was actually pretty revered even in his younger days for kind of going around and exploring and making breakthroughs that a lot of previous people hadn't. A prime example would be Professor Lanu Chilin was one of the people who was credited with finding the remains and notes of Erlin, the old guild nation master from the Alchemist Guild from 500 years ago. So he did a little bit of historical archaeology work, but from your travels with him, you see that there's a completely different picture of him. The world kind of paints him as a really well scholared, well matured, well interested person. You kind of see him as the goofball he is. He has this very solemn, very calm demeanor. But when he starts actually going around and speaking and seeing things, he gets kind of almost childishly excited to the point that on certain things he'll just go like I know I have a mission here, but hold on, there's a rock right there and it has an unnatural crack in it. Something did that, you know?
Yeah, that's why me and him get along.
Exactly. So that's kind of what you know about him. I will say you know that he is very well, and he did focus primarily in archaeology and history for a while, but then shifted to adding things like a little bit of arcana in there, here and there. A little, but he's not really much of a naturey kind of discovery person. When it comes to man-made settlements and stuff, that's where he really starts to thrive because he loves a little bit of the history. But he will also add in things like it can't just be like you go to the settlement, you see what's going on, you see this pottery. He does not give a shit about that. It's got to have a level of intrigue to it. It's got to have a little, especially now that he's getting older. In the back of the day, he used to do the normal stuff. Now he's getting older. He's just like, I need that intrigue. I need that salt-based salt. You know.
Mm-hmm. And you said he was credited with finding the remains of the notes of the Alchemist Guild leader
Erlin.
5,000 years ago. How do you spell that?
500 years ago. Erlin, Aralyn.
Okay. 500 years ago. And was it the notes or their body?
He found the notes. He never found the body.
Okay.
Wink. Anyways, it is now going to be Neville's turn. Ordo, what's your question, my dude?
Oh. These are always so hard for me. I never know what to ask.
If you don't have one, that's fine. It's just like a background thing. If you wanted to know maybe what kind of wine Ordo would have liked the best or drank the most of this previous monastery, something that could be a question you'd ask, or it could legitimately be anything. But at the same time, if you don't have one, do not feel pressure to ask one.
What other monasteries or like religious like gatherings, like or not gatherings, like places of worship are there? Or what does Ordo know of places of worship and things like that of the land? I guess
All right,
I don't know.
roll for it.
I'm really bad at remembering names of
Yeah, the
places.
Republic. The Republic. Yeah.
Okay, 4.
So, Ordo, your knowledge is very limited, primarily because the Republic has had very little interaction with the outside world during the times of the Clementing. You know that, of course, the Republic City has a little bit in there. It has a temple, that kind of deal. It's not a big one; it's a modest one. But you do know that also there's the Temple Mountains nearby, which have temples in them. You just don't know too much, except for when you traveled to one not too long ago.
Okay,
But since then, you haven't really done a lot of digging up on them.
gotcha.
All right,
Cool.
let's get us started on. I'm gonna start us off in the morning. It's the morning of your expedition down into the basement, and I don't know how you guys are preparing, but if you guys want to say how you have been preparing, feel free to do tell.
Are there any like stores in like around town that's like general supplies or like anything of that nature?
Yes, there is, and I gotta pull up the name of that. That's the one thing I did not expect right now.
Going to the general store.
Yeah. Oh God, I am so good. Let me look for this. Yeah, here we go. Good barrel. Where did I put the good barrel notes? Um, I put the good barrel notes somewhere. This is the. There is a general store though. I had a name for it, and I am looking for it right now. Here we go. It should be under here. Um, the
It was
Vines
destroyed
Market.
by slimes.
It
We
was
can't
destroyed
go.
by slimes. You can't go. No. The Vines Market is a general store not far from the center of the town. Due to the booze-inspired adventurers who often visit, they were able to obtain a variety of items, including weapons, armors, potions, and perhaps even some lower magical items or two. Nothing in terms of grand items, though. But yes, the Vines Market is not too far from the center of town, and you should have pretty easy way to get there if you want to in the morning.
Yeah, Tuck is gonna head to the Vines Market. If anyone wants to join him, or he could go alone.
Uh, Ordo will go along, part partially because he doesn't completely trust you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, you're rambunctious. What can I say? You did sneak up on me. You tried to stalk me earlier, so I don't know.
I think everyone also
That's
knows
all right.
that
I don't mind
you.
company.
I think everyone also knows that you did break into Wiggs's room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So I.
Why? I couldn't imagine not trusting you.
I'm a good guy. Look at this face.
Look at this
Mhm.
face. Isn't it neat? Anyways. Yeah. So you're just gonna be going into the you're gonna be going into the shop?
Yeah. Tucker is going to look for two things.
Sure.
First being some throwing knives,
Yeah.
and second being a healer's kit.
So as you walk on into the shop, which is surprisingly well stocked, you didn't think such a small village would have. Well, you've been here a few times, but like it is still like every time you walk in, it's just like this village always feels so removed that you feel like it never would have anything in it, but it does. As you kind of look around, you see a young halfling woman standing behind the desk. She kind of looks like she's kind of busying herself a little bit more so than she's actually working, cleaning around, making sure that the till's fine. Like making sure that the potions look a little extra good for the customers coming on in. When she sees you, she kind of gives you a smile. She goes, "Oh, welcome to the Vine Market. How can I help you?"
Hello, miss. I'm just looking for some, typical adventure stuff, throwing knives, healing kit, that kind of stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we actually had some adventures coming in a little while ago that I don't think they dropped off a healing kit. Let me check though. But if you want to take a look at the weaponry, all there on the left side wall. She kind of points to your way.
Yeah, I look at the left-hand wall.
I also look at the left-hand wall.
Ah, yes, because Tuck might steal some.
I feel like I'm being profiled right
I
now.
said I was looking at the wall. I didn't say I was looking at Tuck.
So
I'm not.
So a throwing knife would be under the classification of a dagger, essentially.
Okay.
There are plenty of throwing knives there. I believe daggers cost. And you might be able to haggle some down as well if you really wanted to try to. Daggers only cost 2 gold pieces, but there seems to be a nice array of daggers there that you can buy from. None of them especially call out to you immediately, but there does seem to be quite a few nice ones.
Ooh. Tucker's gonna turn to Ordo and be like, "This is pretty expensive."
Oh, are you? How expensive is it? I'm not familiar with the prices here. I wish I had a way to tell what prices were easily.
They're about 2 gold each.
Oh, 2 gold each. Would you like a knife, little one?
I was actually hoping for 4 of them.
You only have 2 hands. I'm confused.
Need some extras.
All right.
You know, one for both of your boots.
You drive. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
2
you know what?
down the sleeve.
2. Well, then you don't have any in your hands.
And then you
now have 2. You have 2 in your boots, 2 in your sleeves. But I don't know. Something's not adding up here.
One for each boot, so 2 for the shoes, then 1 for each sleeve, then the ones I'm holding.
Oh. I'll buy you 1.
I'll take it. You know, it's usually the professor who actually I don't know stuff. Does the professor usually buy stuff for Tuck, or is he just like, you gotta earn it yourself, kid?
Let me so you should have some gold from your background, right?
Yeah, I have 10 gold.
Yeah, you just don't want to spend it. I got you. Well, she didn't say that in character, but let me take a look and see if he would have given you an allowance. I'm gonna roll for it. Yeah, with the I think with the recent mission you given, he gave you a small allowance, probably just 5 gold.
Okay. Tucker is going to say, yeah, it's usually the professor who pays for this stuff for me.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, I'll buy you a dagger.
Thanks, Ordo. You're a pretty good guy. And Tucker is going to pat him on the shoulder.
Can you reach my shoulders? I don't think you can.
His elbow. Pat him on the elbow.
I mean, I don't think he's so short that he can't reach the shoulder.
Yeah, again, you tippy
they
toes
have a height
though.
difference, but he's 7. He's like what, 7 feet?
7'6".
He's not like 20.
7'6". I don't know. That's okay. You know what? That's fair. I lean my shoulder down a little bit to help.
Is the shopkeeper back?
Yes. The shopkeeper is back. She seems to be browsing through a small box, but she is back and ready to chat you guys up whenever you're ready. But she looks like she's pulling out a few kits. Like she has something that's just like not quite full, not quite that. You know, she looks like she's examining everything to make sure they're not bunged up or nothing.
Tucker is going to look at her, and he's going to say, "So, are you guys pretty busy around here?"
She goes, well, actually, we are quite busy now because, the whole grape season, everyone's coming in, they're working, and we're getting a little busier now. We've actually had some people buying healing kits because of the slime incidents out there, so they've already been buying them kind of left and right. But I might be able to scrounge up a pretty decent one for you. I just gotta look at to see what we have left over.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm getting the leftovers, you think you could make it a little sell to me for a sweeter deal?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. Oh, +0. 7.
7. All right, let me roll for her now. She got a 2. Archimedes, thank you very much for following. Yeah, she got a 2. So she goes, I can make you a little bit of a deal. She goes, if you like, I could give this to you for 3 gold pieces. It's still everything in there, but once again, it's some of them are probably lesser brands, so 3 gold pieces. How does that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
Thank you very much for the follow, little Fago. And she goes, okay, fantastic. So here you go. This will be 3 gold pieces. And she hands you a small leather pouch, probably about half a foot wide, maybe like 4 inches tall. And she goes, everything should be in there that you would need.
Thanks. I'll also take 3 throwing knives.
She goes, all right, let me take a look at these knives. She goes over. She wants to make sure that there aren't chips on the side. There aren't like things. She's a very respectable shop owner, obviously. And she goes, all right, these all look pretty good. There'll be 2 gold each, so 6 gold.
All right, Tucker buys them, and he's going to look at her, and he's going to say, "What's your name, by the way?"
Good thing I actually pulled that up before we got her on screen, so you did not catch me that time. She goes, "Oh, my name's Seabeard. Seabeard. Fuck, I can't even pronounce it. I had it.
Still gotcha.
It's Seabeat. Sybeat. Her last name
Sybeat.
Yeah, Seabeat, the merchant. She works in the Vines Market.
How long have you been working here, Seabeat?
Oh, only maybe I want to say 6-7 years. My parents obviously owned the shop, but I went out to travel for a little bit, and I enjoyed myself there. So, I enjoyed myself traveling while I was going throughout, taking a look at the wares of the nearby cities during the tough times. But I came down to settle down, say hi to the folks, make sure that everything was good, and might start traveling around again soon.
Yeah, I mean, you said that other travelers have been and adventurers have been coming through here, so
now that everything's kind of settled down in the world, they are free to travel where they want, and I think that's great. Now my parents won't be too worried, and I can finally get on the road for a longer period of time.
Yeah, where hopefully me and my friend here will get rid of that slime problem too. So we'll make the road safer for you.
I goes, oh well, thank you very much. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hear those slimes leave some nasty burns on them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ordo. He's gonna look at Ordo. Yeah, like Ordo. Are you getting anything?
Just browsing.
Okay. Annalisa, you're.
Oh wait! No, I forgot. I need to buy that dagger.
You're gonna buy a dagger.
Yeah, I buy a throwing knife or dagger, or whatever we're calling it.
It's a dagger.
It's the same weapon, right?
Yeah, it is the same weapon. Daggers have a throwing property, but for aesthetic, we could say it is like a specialized dagger, essentially.
A shuriken, gotcha.
It's a Naruto kunai knife for all the weebs out there.
Ooh, I will buy one of those.
It's whatever Tucker wants it to be. Yeah, she goes, oh, sure, no problem. A dagger for you, that would be 2 gold pieces.
Absolutely. Might give her the 2 gold.
And she takes the 2 gold, and she goes, thank you very much for your patronage. I hope to see you again here soon.
Absolutely. You take care now.
Annalisa, your folks obviously have quite a range of stuff to offer should you need anything. My first guess is if you want to supply before your trip to the dungeon, you're probably going to talk to the folks and the maids you have around. So, Annalisa, what are you doing to prepare?
So the first and most important thing that Annalisa does,
I cannot wait for this.
She tries to find clothing that she wouldn't mind getting burnt, which is very difficult for her, because obviously all her clothes are very expensive, and So she's kind of like, do I want to wear this? Well, I wouldn't mind this, but it's so ugly. So, she's got to look cute. Um,
Don't we
so
all?
don't we all? So, she tries to find something. She kind of wants, you know, she eventually chooses something that looks a bit more adventure-y than last time,
Mm.
where it kind of like covers, most of her body, like long sleeves and long pants, to
Mhm.
try and avoid those burns if she can.
Yeah.
Because last time she got quite burnt. Um, then she goes through, and then she probably goes through her parents' inventory, and out of character, I don't think there's much that she could take just because the great axe is two-handed.
Yeah. The thing about
But
this, you're not gonna be able to get like a shield or nothing, but they might have some
I
things that are
mean,
more
she can have
utility
a shield
wise.
and then attack with like her hand axe if she really wants to. But
Yeah, but is that Annalisa?
she's got to use the best weapon, Steph, and the best weapon is the one that does the most damage and kills the most things. Uh, so, and I think that's like too much gear for her. So I think she like goes through and tries to find, like armor or a shield, and just everything's a big no. It's too ugly or too clunky, or she doesn't want to. So I think her main takeaway is uh looking cute. Looking cute and adventurous.
I will say this. I just rolled for it. You were able to find one potion of healing in your parents' inventory. It's probably a little old, but it's still good. You know the magic there is still good. It has an expiration date on it, which is like in a month.
But
Nice.
it's a suggestion, anyways. It's not real.
Yeah, so expiration dates are not real. Expiration dates are real, guys. Please make sure to. But yeah, no. Best sell by dates are absolute bullshit, though. I'm gonna say that's a corporate trick.
Yes.
But expiration dates are real.
We
Please do
don't
not eat
want
anything
corporations.
expired.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a little expiration date on it, which is fine. You're good. You're well within the time, but it's like, ooh, it's getting close. May as well use this. And that's pretty much I think what you find as the most utility wise that you could probably use, unless you want to get something like rope, hooks for like in case you want to climb something, I guess, by throwing it on a rope.
I mean, I assume, I guess, that she also gets, her explorer's pack or like
There you go.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like all her starting equipment, we can say that she gets it now. Like, why
Yeah.
not?
Sure. All right, you get that there. I think you kind of, as you're kind of going through this, your father is kind of with you. He's kind of
Wait,
helping you.
actually, Steph,
Ooh, yeah.
can I have a bag of holding? I'm rich. I should have
Hmm. You've put me in a narrative faux pas. Huh. You know what? When you ask your parents, I'll say you're with your father, right? And your father's definitely the softie. Between your mother and your father, your father's definitely the softie on you. And you're just like, Dad, can I have a bag of holding? And he's just like, he kind of thinks about it, and he goes, you know what? Your mother would kill me. But let's see how you do today and how you do exploring, because if you do really well, I'll give you something like that. How's that sound?
She goes, well, that should be no trouble at all. And she kind of puffs up her chest.
He smiles. He's still obviously a little worried because his sweet baby girl is going to the slime-infested dungeon, but he smiles, seeing that you're very confident in yourself.
Yes, bag of holding on the way.
Spoiler: it's not gonna be a full bag of holding, but it'll be something akin to that. I'm not gonna give you a bag of holding level 1.
It'll be a fanny pack of holding.
Yeah, fanny pack. Would Annalisa wear a fanny pack?
Absolutely not.
It's okay, Tuck will wear it.
Would she
No.
wear it if Tuck was offering to wear it out of spite?
Absolutely.
Amazing. All right. After you kind of get your gear set up and all ready to go, you guys are led to the pillar that you saw just yesterday that had that fermentation winey smell coming out of it, and some local druids help shape stone and kind of move the big rock away. To help you actually get access to the cellar. When you guys look down, you see there is a large stairway that actually leads away a little bit of ways from the obelisk itself. It looks like the entrance was put right next to it, and the obelisk was put further away. And Seraphina comes out and she goes, "Okay, so I've done a little bit of research into family archives, and I did find that it's not too big. The cellar. I'll be out here the entire time. If you guys need anything, just call me. But uh, we want to see how our Annalisa does, and we want to see how you guys do if you guys are doing well." But if you do need us, feel free to call out for us. But it's only 4 rooms, it looks like. Just 3 rooms connected together and 1 room off to the side kind of deal. She kind of hands you a small little map drawn out, which is what you see guys on the screen. Room 1, 2, 3, and 4. And she goes, "Nothing too crazy. There might even be some family stuff down there, so if you can retrieve it, please do. But that's not the priority. The priority is finding out what's happening, what's going on, and seeing if you can stop these slimes from happening or doing whatever they're doing in here."
You got it, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't worry, Mother. This will be a success just like last time.
She smiles and she goes, "Fantastic, I'm glad to hear it. You are free to go down, and if you need to come back up to get resupply, feel free to."
Does she leave?
She said she's gonna stay out here just in case if you guys need help. She doesn't. She obviously does not expect you to be down there for days and hours. She doesn't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, but she's staying up here, and I think what Annalisa understands is she's giving Annalisa the reins to see what Annalisa could do. Maybe Tucker and Ordo don't quite understand this yet, but I think Annalisa understands that.
Mrs. Goodbarrel, has anyone been down there recently?
She goes, "Oh, not in quite a while. To the best of my knowledge, I think the last people who were down there were my parents, and that was possibly 70 years ago, if not more."
Do you know if there's any kind of traps that we should watch out for or anything of that nature?
Oh, no. This was a basement that they constructed specifically for the obelisk and for maintaining it, I think. So unless they were trying to trap themselves and harm themselves, I don't believe they would have one in there. No. This was made by the Good Barrels, so I don't imagine there's going to be any traps down there.
All right.
Saw right through me, Noel. You walk down the stairs and the boulder comes from behind you.
Seraphina
pushes the
throwing it
boulder.
at us.
I can't believe I couldn't trust the NPC who told me there was no traps.
Mother, why?
I have to make sure you're prepared.
Good stuff. All right.
As they're going down and Seraphina can't hear, Tuck wants to lean over to Annalisa and be like, "Why do you have so many outfits?"
Annalisa, who definitely led the way, sort of leans back and is like, "What, don't you?"
Tuck is going to look down at himself in the same outfit he wore yesterday and the day before that.
Annalisa's gonna look down with him and raise an eyebrow. Judgmentally. Go, "That's... No. You apparently have really liked that outfit. You must have multiple pairs?"
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. As you guys went down, you see a small door in front of you that Annalisa opens. Inside the room, you find to be very obviously cold, damp, and empty. While the stone in the room is well made and formed, the room itself is pretty unceremonious. There are a few torch holders that can be lit up if you guys want to, but since there is no lighting actually currently lit up, the only light you have inside the room itself is the light that comes from the stairway. On the right side of the room, there is a wooden door that is slowly, you think, might be starting to rot. It seems to be covered in something you can't quite see with the amount of light you have. And on the left side, it seems to be the same thing as well. These doors lead to room 2 and 3 that you see on the map right over there. Other than that, on the far side of the wall, there seems to be something hanging on the wall, but you can't quite get a good look at it. Once again, it's pretty dark on here. Does anybody have dark vision?
Tuck has dark vision, and he's going to turn to Annalisa and be like, "How many fingers am I holding up?" He's gonna hold up 2.
Annalisa, you're looking at Tuck as he's right behind you, so the light is shining just perfectly that you can see his silhouette.
Do I roll to see if
You
he
can
can
clearly
make it
see he
out?
has 2 fingers up because he's not
Oh,
exactly
you
in the
said
dark
silhouette, so I was I didn't know if that meant he was shadowed. And she goes, "What? Do you think I can't count now?"
I think that you're not going to be able to see once we get down there.
Well, I can see now, and it's 2. But yes, someone should light a torch
Yeah.
or something.
He's going to use his 2 fingers and like poke at her forehead when she says that.
Annalisa's gonna swat it away.
Roll to hit. No, I'm kidding. All right, you spot away his hand. Ordo, do you have dark vision as a dwarf? As Luxodon?
Oh, whoa there.
For some reason, I thought you were a dwarf, and I went the exact opposite direction in height.
We're going back to Big Fist, okay? No, Loxodons do not have dark vision.
All right. So the only person right now who has dark vision, to my knowledge, is Tucker. Tucker, as you look around, you do clearly see that there are multiple. The 2 doors on there do seem to be rotting, seem to be covered in a slimy-like thing. And on the far side of the wall, you do happen to see a series of what look like portraits. You're able to see in general detail, not in great detail, but they seem to be portraits of people. What do you want to do, Tucker? Since you're the only one able to see, you're clearly able to see where all the sconces are, where the hold the torches. But what do you want to do?
Yeah, Tucker, first things first, Tucker is going to very smugly, like, step in front of Annalisa. And he's going to go and use his matches that comes in like the adventures like pack to light the sconces for them.
Annalisa is initially about to be offended, but when she figures out what he's doing, she simmers down a little.
You light the 2 entry sconces on the left and the right hand side of the doorway, and you give it some time before actually going in to make sure it's not going out. There's a safe oxygen flow coming in. But as you guys take a look around, you're able to see the room in a lot greater light. Annalisa actually, I think, is the first one to recognize it. The the paintings on the far side of the wall have halfling individuals inside of them. Specifically, you kind of recognize a very young grandma and grandpa in one of the paintings, Annalisa, as well as who you assume to be their ancestors and ancestors before them. All in various paintings. There seem to be not quite idolizing, but they're kind of like family portraits kind of deal. You're also able to see on the right side going to door number 2. Door number 2 seems to have, once again, this weird filmy slimy thing on it that is a almost purplish hue, and it seemed to have some sort of carving in there, but you can't quite tell if the carving is in the door at the moment. It seems to have been deteriorated too much, and the door to door number 3 is in a very similar state but with no carving. You guys now find out that this room is safe. The lights have not gone out. What do you want to do?
Annalisa's going to walk over to the paintings and go, "Well, perhaps we should move these up into the main house. I don't think they're doing any good down here."
Yeah, it's pretty weird that they left them down here.
Give me a perception roll as you begin to look at these paintings, Annalisa, since you're the closest one to it.
All right, not my greatest. That is a 11 minus 1, 10.
Annalisa, as you kind of try to pick up the frame a little bit, you realize that the wood of the frame itself kind of squishes under your fingers,
Ew.
as if it has in some way deteriorated a little bit. What do you want to do?
Uh, well, first, as you've heard, she goes, ah! And then she quickly lets go and starts like wiping it like as best she can off of her, and she's like, well, yes, it seems I was right. They're doing terrible down here.
As you give a closer look to it, you're able to see that there are some minor damage done to the painting, but overall it seems relatively well preserved in the center. Towards the edges, as you kind of look to the frame, you're able to see some kind of slime goo on it that might be slowly moving towards the center. So you are currently aware that this can be restored, but at the moment, unless you're very dexterous or know how to handle paintings properly, it might be very dangerous to move them.
Yeah, she continues wiping it off, and she's like, well, that's one thing I'll have to have moved up later.
While she's doing that, Tucker is going to go to the door of door number 2 and see if he can see if he could see the carving a little bit better up close that you mentioned beneath the slime.
Sure, give me an investigation roll.
15.
All right, yeah. So this is not too bad. Would Tucker like wipe away some slime, or would he?
He would try to like look through it first because he doesn't really want
Yeah.
to touch it. But if he needs to, he will try to carefully move it away.
So Tucker, the good news is you're able to look through it well enough. The first thing that kind of comes interesting to you is that when you take a look at this slime, you immediately recognize it has almost a little bit of a sweet smell. But at the same time, you do smell that little fermentation coming out as well. As once again, as if you were kind of like making wine. And as you smell this, it's like it's almost like it's almost a little like nausea inducing because like once again, I don't know if y'all like it's a very heavy smell that kind of comes off. When you're far enough away, it's okay, but when you get closer and closer, it's a little bit more nausea inducing as you smell it. But you're kind of able to look through and you kind of try to make it out. It looks to be like it looks to be just like a carving of a chest, maybe. You're not 100% sure.
A chest.
Yeah.
Tuck is going to call over his shoulder and he's going to say, well, this looks promising, you guys. If we're looking for slime.
Orna walks over. Does the slime look like really fresh? Or does it look like it's been there for a while?
Ooh, how are you gonna tell me if you how are you gonna tell me that you would know this? What role are you gonna do? Because
History.
nah, history would not work.
No. Survival possibly? Would you?
I would give survival or nature.
Okay, I will do survival.
All right, give me that roll.
All right, cool. 5.
You're
I
unable
rolled
to
a
tell.
1.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely not able to tell. Your best guess is it'd probably be safe to assume it's fresh, but you don't know. It smells fermented, and fermented things don't happen overnight, per se.
That is true. Okay.
Tuck is going to say, there seems to be a chest carved into the door. Does that symbol mean anything to either of you?
Can Annalisa check her family history? I don't know what role that would be, but to see if it means anything to her.
Just give me a quick insight roll.
Also, not her greatest. That's a 3.
You needed a. Okay, can someone else give me an insight roll?
Yeah, I got it. Okay. That is a 10.
Yeah, it probably means storage.
I believe it means storage.
I'm sorry, Annalisa, you needed a 5, my dude.
Insight's not her greatest, and I also rolled terrible.
Yeah.
But hearing Ordo say that, Annalisa turns like, it sounds like that's where there might be some things that my mother might want us to retrieve in. I think we should open the door.
I think that's a good idea.
The door is
Um,
covered in ooze.
Yes.
Tuck is going to look at Annalisa like, go ahead, leader.
Annalisa's gonna look at Tuck, and then look at the door, and then look at Tuck, and then
Tuck
go,
has like a huge grin on his face.
can someone wipe the door, perhaps?
Um, you
If
know,
only we had fresh woolly blankets.
why not? Why don't we just? I mean, this door looks pretty weak to begin with, right? You said it looks like it's been rotting a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Could we not just try? Oh, hold on. Is the slime covering the entire door? Like, is the entire door encased in slime,
Most of it is, yeah. I will say this, like it's obviously
including the
been,
doorknob?
like yeah, like I'd say like most of this is definitely being covered in slime. There might be patches that aren't covered in slime, but most of it definitely is for sure.
Does it look like it could be knocked down easily?
Oh,
Does it look that
probably,
rotted?
probably.
Tuck is going to
I
try and
don't- I
kick
don't-
the door down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you could go ahead,
Oh, I was
Ordo.
gonna-
No,
I was gonna-
I heard Tuck was gonna try to kick the door down. Give me a strength roll.
I have -2, but
Perfect.
that is a incredible 3.
Tuck, you okay? I can't justify you not breaking part of the door, but I can't justify you breaking down the door. Your foot kind of goes in, and then like you kind of like make a foot-sized hole in there, and then all the goo gets on like your leg and stuff, and it, like drips down to like your socks, and it's in your socks. It's like, oh,
Ugh.
yeah, right.
Ugh.
But you
And
made a
Lisa's-
hole, and your leg is stuck in the door if you want to try to move out. But like you're in this weird
It's
balance.
stuck.
Well, you
I-
kicked it, it went through the door. Yeah.
Oh my
I will
god.
say Ordo is willing to help pull Tuck out of the door if need be.
While this is happening, Annalisa's just gonna exclaim, like, what are you doing? You
I-
can't just destroy things from my family's basement.
This door is broken anyways. I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna have to replace this door regardless.
Tuck is like hopping on one foot, like a little help here, and he's gonna.
Ordo
try
walks over and like
out.
helps try to pull Tuck out.
Yeah, with Ordo's
Annalisa-
help, you're able to easily get out of there, but you still got slime foot. I will say this: you realize this slime is not burning you.
Oh.
In that case, does Ordo recognize that?
I mean, he's not screaming out in pain, so yeah.
All right, well then, Ordo just kind of looks at Tuck and then looks at the door and just walks up and is it a push or pull door, Steph?
It's a two-way door.
Okay, perfect. Then he just pushes the door open with the slime and everything.
Okay, Ordo, you push the door open, and at first, it starts to kind of like you feel like your hand goes into the slime and kind of like mushes into the wood a little bit, but you're able to kind of like use both hands, kind of like push it without like tearing it down completely.
Gotcha.
And you're able to open the door with very relative ease. It kind of like skids a little bit, kind of like sklorps across the floor, if that's the best way to
Right.
put it. And you walk into this room, and as you kind of look in this room, once again, I assume Tuck lights some sconces real quick that are on the wall. And you take a look at the room, and there are a multitude of rotting chests, tables, and miscellaneous items scattered throughout the room. There seems to be a desk that is on the right-hand side that is clearly deteriorated as well, but seems to have some things on it. I think immediately, as Tuck is looking around, seems to have the remnants of a journal, ink, and pen, along other items that might have been considered to be ledgers, possibly. The chests scattered around the room seem to also have things inside of them, but have been currently been deteriorating for as long as they have been here. But yeah, what are you guys going to be doing as you enter this room? You're clearly able to see this is a storage room of sorts.
The first thing Annalisa does is she turns to Tucker and goes, "You see, there is no need to destroy it at all."
You were the one too scared to touch it.
She does have. He does have a point.
I
You,
was
you were
not
scared.
scared to touch
You
it.
were pretty hesitant.
That's different from scared.
They are but one and the same.
Dropping,
He's very wise, you know. He,
I
he
am.
knows about this stuff.
dropping some wisdom bombs there, eh, Ordo?
That's what I do. If only instead of wisdom bombs, we could drop bombs that made people love each other instead.
Love bombs.
Sorry, I don't mean to get.
Alright. Annalisa's then going to roll her eyes and go over to the journal at the desk.
All right, Annalisa, the first thing you clearly notice is that once again, this journal is relatively well worn and covered in a mucousy, slimy membrane. Once again, not quite from head to toe, but you see parts of it definitely are. You could attempt to open the journal and see what's going on inside, but I will say this: it might be wise to have another. It might be wise to have, if you have a tool set of some sort that you think might work with this, to use that to aid you in your attempt to open this up. Otherwise, there is risk of permanent damage.
I think she's going to look. Do you think a mess kit has like a napkin or something?
A mess kit would have a napkin, sure. You should be able to, if you want to like clean off some of the slime, but you're not sure what the interior damage of the journal is.
Yeah, I think she is going to clean off some of the slime
Mhm.
and put the book in. Once the slime's off, put the book into her backpack
Okay,
without trying to open it. So I think she's gonna try and retrieve it, but not mess with it herself.
sure. All right. There's no real cleaning save roll, so I'm just gonna say you cleaned it up pretty well. The good news is it was bound in a leather kind of front, and it had its own like little closing clip, so it's fine so long as you're not expecting to drop your bag or anything. It should be just fine.
Yeah. So she puts it in her bag, and then she holds the dirty napkin, and she's kind of just squinting at it, and she's just standing there helplessly, like, what do I do? It's gross. I can't just leave it. I might need it, but it's gross.
It's a napkin.
Yes.
You might be able to leave it. I'm sure your family has more napkins.
Does your family have more mountain napkins?
Does her
I would
miss-
hope so.
Uh, she goes, fair enough, and sort of gingerly places it on the desk.
You just leave it there. You also take a look at the desk. The desk does seem to have another few minor things to it, some drawers and what have you there. The inkwell, as I mentioned before. But otherwise, whatever you want to do with the desk, you could do. But let's go to Tucker real quick. Tucker, as you enter the room, you see the same thing I just read out a moment ago. What is Tucker looking at?
Tucker wants to see if there is any area where the slime seems thicker, or like if there's a source for the slime, or is it like just around the room like there was a splatter.
Investigation roll.
Or... Hell yeah, that's what I'm good at. Ooh, 17 plus 4, so that's a 21.
Okay, as you're looking around, you're clearly able to notice that some of the chests, specifically, not all of them, but some of them have a heavier coating of slime than others, and almost seem to have slime somewhat pouring out of them in a way. It's kind of weird, but like when you look at the keyholes in the chest, you kind of see almost as if it's like the slime, not quite actively, but passively pouring out of them, while some of the other chests do not seem to have this at all.
Tucker is going to try and go to the chests that seem to have slime pouring out of them, and he's going to use one of his knives to try and sort of pry it open from a little bit of a distance.
Sure. Okay, let's switch to Ordo real quick then. Ordo, what do you want to
Okay.
do?
I feel like in here, Ordo is just kind of looking around, not really. I guess just kind of keeping an eye out, looking to see if there's any danger, see if he can see signs of any potential like slime activity that like sentient slime activity, if you
Yeah,
will,
yeah.
not just passive.
Give me a perception roll.
I can do that. 10.
Okay.
Unless I'm using my nose, then then I
No,
get.
I would say
Oh,
your nose is a little overwhelmed at this fermentation going around, the
that's
sweet
yeah.
fermentation. So, every roll you have now is no, I'm kidding. Yeah, you just I would say your smell is not gonna really help you unless it's a significantly different smell.
Yep.
But if it's just slime smell, you're probably not gonna be able to tell the difference.
Gotcha.
Tucker, give me a thieves tool roll. You're essentially using thieves tool to kind of pick into this and open this up carefully.
All right.
Add your dexterity modifier. And
Okay,
you are
yeah.
proficient with it, so you're good.
I have expertise in it too, so I get
Goddamn.
+6 to it. So that's a dirty 20.
Goddamn. All right. Tucker, as you kind of jam your knife into where the lock would be, kind of like crank it up, the top kind of flies open a little bit. Well, it kind of slurps open. I assume that you're going to open it fully. And inside, you do see what seems to be a very small circle. As Ordo's looking around, though, Ordo doesn't notice the slime around the chest itself begins to conglomerate and lashes out at you. Give me a dexterity roll, and then after that, everyone roll initiative.
All right. Ouch. That's an 8.
Ooh. All right.
Doing so good.
Tucker, immediately off the bat, you're going to get 1 bludgeon damage and 1 acid damage as the slime kind of like gets you in the shoulder, kind of launches out, gets you like block right in the shoulder. But you're going to be taking some acid and slime damage. Some 1 acid, 1 bludgeon damage.
Yeah, he's gonna just let out a yelp as it hits him, and he's going to say, guys, I think we have company.
What have you done?
All right, everyone roll initiative.
Aw, I got a nat 1.
Oh, no.
18.
Okay.
16.
So here's the good news. Ordo, Tucker, Slime 1, Slime 2, and then Annalisa. So there's only 2 slimes that seem to be about the same basketball size that they were last time. Ordo, you have a moment to react, and you're able to react as Tucker's kind of takes a step back to get a few feet away from this chest. You're able to see the slime conglomerate around the chest itself, and it seems to be ready to kind of lash on out. What are you doing, Ordo?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sacred Flame at the one that is looking like it's gonna lash out.
Can you read me? I know I've actually done this before. Sacred Flame is what again?
Well, it's a flame-like radiance. Okay.
Yeah.
Descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Sure. Okay.
Gains no benefit from cover.
All right, I'm guessing a 10's not going to do it. So, yeah, you hit this thing. Roll for damage, 1d8.
6.
It immediately kind of evaporates. There's still slime in there, but you're easily able to tell that this thing does not have any form of sentience in it, shall we say. It no longer is able to, it seems to just kind of glorp on down and spill out of the chest with greater ease. Tucker, you realize on the right-hand side, one of the other chests that seem to have been overflowing with goo is starting to overflow more, and the slime is forming outside of that one. It is your turn, Tucker. What do you do?
So there's one in front of me and one about to form.
No, the one in front of you was just killed by Ordo. It seems to have just slurped back down and made a little and starts to flowing out now as if it was no longer sentient slime. But now on your right-hand side, there seems to be another one that is forming. I will say this is on the left side of room 2. On the right side of room 2 is where Annalisa is currently reading the book, or currently retrieving the book.
Okay. Tucker actually, he's not going to attack it. He wants to just kind of watch it and see how it forms. Like, is it like forming in like into something like?
All right,
He
yeah.
just wants to watch it to investigate or see if he can glean something about how these things are made or how
Ooh.
they're coming together.
You're gonna do a research roll essentially. All right. Give me. Ooh. I will. Give me an offer. What role would you want to put on this?
I would do either perception or insight. Would be the roles that I would. I have less on insight,
That's fair.
but I feel
I
like
would
those
say
would.
insight's definitely a no because there's no really insight to this thing. I'll either go with perception or investigation. You're investigating what's going on with this thing and how it's forming. They will give you different answers. I would say investigation is going to be a little more scientific. Perception will be a little more basic.
I'll do with investigation because it's higher.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Go on.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Yeah. No.
Ooh.
You kind of look around, but I'll say this: due to your initial shock, you were unable to focus very well and kind of scurried a little further back from the thing. Your immediate thought is more along the lines of "get out of there." You're not sure how many more there are in the room, versus "I want to see how it forms." It is now Slime's 2's turn. Slime 2, not Tomb.
There you go.
Slime 2's oozes its way over. It is actually going to go for Ordo first. As you had noticed, after it glorped down, you couldn't really tell if there was a smell released because the entire place smells. But you can see that it is clearly heading towards where Slime 1 was. And as it passes through the chest, it seems to immediately latch onto where Ordo is. And Ordo, it's going to roll to hit you.
Okay.
It's going to get an 8, which is not going to be your AC. As
Nah.
it kind of, you're so big though. As it kind of comes over, it kind of tries to bloop on you. It bloops off your armor and back onto the ground. But it seems to slowly be growing. And Lisa,
Ooh.
it is your turn.
So how big is this room? You said Annalisa's on the opposite side, or?
Yeah, you could run over pretty easily. The room is not like the room is probably like 50 feet, and it's probably 30 feet away from you.
All right, Annalisa's gonna run over and swat it with her axe. Just go on and slice through that baby.
Roll the hit.
I
I'm
don't
kind
know,
of
guys.
picturing.
I don't know
like-
if a 23 is gonna hit.
I don't know.
I
Big question.
wonder. You hit.
Close one.
Roll for damage. Fucking 1d12.
I'm like picturing Tucker backing up, like clutching his shoulder, and Annalisa like going forward.
Yeah. Annalisa just brushes right past him. And she raises her great axe high in the air and brings it down and deals 10 slashing damage.
All right. So as it deals 10 slash damage, you see that this thing's not done yet. There's still a little bulb there. It definitely is a lot smaller, but it seems to still have some energy with inside of it. It is now going to be Ordo's turn. Ordo, this thing in front of you has shrunken quite a bit. And it seems like it's starting to move back and almost into the slime, which is weird. It looks like it's trying to like dive into the slime. I don't know if you've played Splatoon, but kind of like how the Inklings dive into the ink to try to run away, kind of
Gotcha.
deal. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it again. So it has to make a saving throw, dexterity saving throw
Yep.
of 14 or higher.
It got a nat 20, baby.
All
Oh
right.
shit!
But it takes half damage, don't it?
No,
No, I don't
it
think
takes
so.
no damage.
Oh shoot. Okay.
It must succeed a dex saving throw or take damage.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
as you cast Sacred Flame, this thing, I wouldn't say it learned, but seems to have reacted a little bit quicker and kind of like sloops away. As your Sacred Flame kind of seems to attempt to bury it in its sacred holy flames. Tucker, it is your turn.
Tucker backed away a little bit, and seeing that he wasn't able to really get a good look at it, and it seems like it might be retreating, he's gonna take out one of his daggers,
Yeah.
and he's going to look at Ordo like, eh? And he's going to try to throw it at the remaining glob.
Roll the hit. You're gonna roll dexterity modifier and dexterity will be added to damage as well. And you're proficient with daggers, so that's how you do thrown weapons. I know we haven't done
So
thrown
I
weapons in our other game, so you're doing a normal dexterity attack roll
okay.
with your proficiency, and dexterity will be added as damage because it is a thrown weapon.
Okay. Okay. That's a 15.
That hits. Roll for damage.
And that's 1d4. 6.
So the as you throw your knife into the slime, you realize that the little bulge from the small little slime has disappeared and kind of like flattened out. There's no definitive, I would say, like slime center per se, but you see that very clearly. The bulge that was the slime has kind of slurped back down into the remainder of the slime, and the room seems to be inactive at the moment. The two chests that have the most activity are now kind of acting normally. They're not as actively or as passively pumping out slime, but there seems they still do have the most slime on them. The other chests are also still around. They are a little bit rotten, as said before, but they're not producing slime as said.
Hmm.
Ba 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 ba.
Maybe we should try to get to the bottom of this before we do too much sightseeing. You know?
Well, I think that was the source of everything. The slime were hiding, coming out of that chest, and Tuck is going to go forward and collect his knife.
All right, yeah.
Annalisa
you
is
collect your
going
knife.
to walk over to the chest and look in it.
It is filled with slime. Like if you were to put your arm in, like you'd get up to your elbow in slime. So I'm not sure how much Annalisa wants to reach in, but at the bottom of it, you see multiple small stone carved orbs.
Annalisa is going to, with her great axe, try and nudge the box onto its side so that the orbs and slime pour out.
Yeah, okay. Annalisa, you kind of like jab your great axe and kind of like you croup it down, and it just like slurps its way out. And very slowly, you do see that I want to say 4 orbs come out, all different sizes. There's one large orb and 3 orbs that kind of go down in size, so like extra large, large, medium, small kind of deal. They're still covered in slime, but they are now kind of like not in a pool of slime, shall we say.
Can Annalisa go back and get her napkin?
It has been sitting on a slime-covered desk, so it's probably a little slimier, but I would assume you have a couple more napkins. You could use another
Alright,
napkin.
then she pulls out another napkin from her mess kit
Yeah.
and picks some of them up.
Alright, you pick
Picks all of them up, I guess.
Sure, you pick up the largest orb, and it seems to be about the size of maybe a little bit bigger than a baseball. Is a softball bigger than a baseball?
It is, yeah.
So it's about softball size, and it seems to be pretty well balanced in your hand. As you kind of wipe it clean and make sure that it's cleaned up and whatnot, you do see that it has some carvings on it that almost remind you of the obelisk upstairs. And as you kind of clean up the other orbs, you see each of the other orbs also do have other carvings in it as well. While you're not sure of their magical properties, you assume that these are runes of some sort, and you're not sure what exactly they do.
Well, this seems to be the source of it.
Can Tucker make a history check to see if he recognizes the runes?
Yes, you can.
That is a 17.
All right. Let me put it like this. As you look at the runes, I think what you're able to understand is not per se what the runes mean, but what they're used for. Seraphina Goodbarrel had told you that this was probably a maintenance area for the obelisk of some sort. And you're probably like, these orbs might help maintain it. You see that the runes are very similar to the ones on the obelisk themselves. So you're probably thinking to yourself, that's kind of where the balance is. These somehow maintain the magic of the obelisk. I think that's what you would be aware of.
Tucker is gonna scratch his cheek and say, I don't know, Annalisa. Uh, this looks like maybe something that your grandpa would have put here. I don't think that this is the source of the slimes themselves.
Well, either way, it's something that we should bring back. And as she says that, she sort of slips off her backpack again and puts the cleaned orbs in along with her book.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker wants to look at the chest again and just again see if there's anything that might have been the source of the slime, or
Sure.
even anything that might have attracted the slime into these particular chests.
As you look at the other chest, since Annalisa knocked down the other one, as you look at the other chest, you're able to see what's in. There's a pool of slime, and there seems to only be 3 orbs in this one. Essentially, you're able to recognize it's the small, medium, and large orbs that are in here. There's only 3 orbs in there, but you're able to recognize that. Yeah, this also has orbs in it. You're not once again. They seem to have the same runes on them that the actual obelisk does, but you're not 100% sure what exactly they do and how they exactly work.
Are the runes like, is there magic, or is it nature magic like we would suspect, or is it
You would be able to
more
suspect this druidic because once again the obelisk is druidic in nature.
Okay. Out of curiosity, go ahead, Annalisa.
Oh, she was just gonna turn towards Tucker and be like, "Is there anything in there?"
Yeah, it's more of those rune things, but there's only 3 of them here.
Well, take them out.
He's going to look at her and he's going to say, I think that this is a leader's job to collect the runes, don't you think?
Ordo just walks up and dumps the chest over. He just dumps the contents of the chest over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Much
Tucker jumps
like
back.
Annalisa.
Ordo is sick of this bickering.
But Ordo's not picking it up.
Annalisa turns to Ordo and goes, because it almost went on Tucker, goes, "Thank you, Ordo." And she walks
Don't
over.
mention it, little one.
She lets that slide for now because now she doesn't have to stick an arm in there, and she cleans those up as well and puts them in her bag.
Awesome. You now have a set of 7 runic orbs in your bag, nice and cleaned up. As you kind of look around, once again, there are a few other chests if you want to take a look at those, but otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anything else within the room other than the desk. What do you guys want to do?
Out of curiosity, would Tucker know if are slime related to natural or nature magic? Like, is that something that druids create often, or do they occur naturally in the world, or like, are they arcane?
You can give me an arcana or a nature roll, and we'll see how that goes. You can choose which one you want.
Arcana or nature. I'm gonna do arcana.
Okay.
It's not good. That's, oh well, I guess it's okay. That's a 13.
You are aware slimes can be created, and typically, if you're thinking about this from an arcane point of view, this is probably what you had most experience with Professor Chillin. Professor Chillin's probably said like that. Yeah, you could create slimes, you could create slimes and goos and oozes, but like it's always been a pretty controlled thing. Wild slimes, you're not sure what makes wild slimes, but like you know you could create slimes through arcane means. That's about it.
Okay.
Ordo, just out of curiosity, would like to examine the desk and see if there's like any drawers or anything on it, or maybe like a false drawer or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
there,
a
there
hidden drawer?
are obviously plenty of drawers.
Okay.
But if you want to look for a false drawer or something, you'd have to give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
That'll be an 18.
Okay, as you kind of look around Ordo, you open some of the drawers, and one of them just doesn't ring right to you. It very clearly seems to have a false bottom to it. Are you gonna try to open that up?
Yes.
You open up the drawer with a false bottom, and underneath it, you see a small runic symbol in the shape of a grape leaf.
I is it just you say runic symbol? Is it just like etched into the desk, or is it
No, it is its
like a
own like
separate
little
thing?
stone slab, essentially.
Okay. I pick it. Is it covered in slime or is it clean?
Yeah, got some
Yeah.
slime on there. Yeah.
Hey, hey, Annalisa. I found another. I found another rune. If you'd like to bring that napkin over and clean it off.
I will say this: you definitely do have a little bit of slime on you from the desk. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh,
Well,
Annalisa,
you said it's covered in slime.
I would say, like, think about when I mean covered. I don't mean like
No,
it's like a pool of slime. I
the
mean
rune.
like there's obviously like slime traces coming on it. It's got slime dripping off it, but it's not like bathing it. This isn't Nickelodeon slime, you know.
Okay, I'll just pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up.
Yeah, and bring it over.
The power of all nature magic consumes your no. You
Yes.
pick it up and it's this shape of a grape leaf and it seems to be a little long, probably like 5 inches long. But it's the shape of a grape leaf and seems to have clear places where you can actually like hold it.
Okay. Yeah, I bring it over. Annalisa, I found this. It looks like it's another runic symbol, possibly. I figured you might be interested in it.
ah. Annalisa turns to look at it, and does she recognize that symbol at all?
It's a grape leaf. I mean, I think you recognize it in terms of like it's. I wouldn't say it's like I don't know what your family coat of arms looks like, shall we say? But it's a grape leaf, and obviously grapes are associated with your family, so you definitely assume this is something to do with your family.
Right. She goes, ah, yes, that looks important. And she takes another napkin and she's like, hold it still for me. As she starts wiping off enough of the slime to take it
Mm-hmm.
and put it in her bag.
Hail and well met. All right, you do that. Now inside you,
Uh,
you should have seven. You should have 7 orbs: one large, one extra large, two medium, and two small, and one.
Do I need to keep track of that?
I mean that's up to you.
All right, can you repeat slower or put it in the Discord?
Sure, you have one extra large orb, 2 large orbs, 2 medium, and 2 small.
A
And
Diet Coke.
a Diet Coke, a Big Mac, and a large fry as well.
All right, Annalisa looks at that and she goes, are we missing an orb? There's 2 of each of them except for this one, and she sort of pulls back out the extra large one.
I only saw 3 in that chest.
Well, what about the other chests?
I mean,
I guess we could
look.
check.
Hey, Ordo, where did you find that grape leaf symbol?
There was a false a drawer with a false bottom on the desk, and that's where I found it.
That's, I mean, he kind of looks at Annalisa. Is it normal for your family to have hidden drawer compartments?
Well, I don't know about normal, but if it was important, certain security measures are not unheard of in my family. I suppose it must be of great importance. I'm sure Mother will be quite pleased with the find.
With
I
my
mean,
find, yes, you'll be very pleased with it.
I mean, it just seems a little bit suspicious.
Suspicious? How?
Well, the whole basement is covered in slime. It seems that some precautions were taken to try and, hide it, and now there were some precautions taken to hide this thing. Don't you think that that old Grandpa Goodbarrel may be keeping some secrets?
Jacuz.
Question. So like,
Mhm.
did you what did you say out of character? Like, what did you say about what else was hidden? Like, I know this was hidden, but you said
The
something.
like he was kind of saying like this basement was hidden, like there just seems to be a lot of hidden things going on, stuff in chests.
Let me correct myself. I think this is a issue I said. The basement was kind of inaccessible, so it just never was accessed after the obelisk fell. The obelisk fell over the basement's entrance, so
Uh,
it was just never accessible, not per se hidden. Grandpa knew about it, but it apparently seems like Grandpa and Grandma never thought it was important to tell anybody else.
mhm.
So that might have been an issue on my end, saying that.
Okay. Either way, Tucker is still suspicious, and he's just like, seems like some pains were taken to hide it. It seems a little, I don't know, weird, especially now that things are going on.
Annalisa turns to Ordo and is like, "Did a slime pop out of that desk drawer?"
No, no slime popped out. There was some slime in the in the drawer, but there was no slime creature that popped out.
Annalisa turns to Tucker and goes, "Well, there you go. If it was causing the slimes, wouldn't it be have more slimes in it than the chests with the orbs that you said clearly were not the source of slime?"
I'm not saying that it's necessarily the source of stuff, but there's clearly something going on here that's kind of under the table, no pun intended.
Well, if you're implying my family started making a bunch of slimes, I have to object.
I mean, I obviously don't think that your family made a bunch of slimes. You wouldn't ruin your
Not
own
directly.
business like that. It doesn't make any sense, but I am saying that all of these slimes seem to be attracted to this obelisk that your grandpa built that nobody seems quite sure of how it works, and its history.
Well, I'm certain the good barrels have nothing to do with it. And she sort of turns up her nose. And she's like, "I'm going to investigate the rest of those boxes to try and find the missing orb."
Tucker is like pinching the bridge of his nose, and he's going to say, "Yeah, you go do that." And he is going to go stand by the doorway
Mhm.
and just look into room number 1 to see if there's any activity there.
I will say this, Tucker. If you look at room number one, it seems to be just fine. I will say, give me a perception roll real quick.
A perception roll.
Yeah.
Okay. 6.
This is not hard to find. I will say directly near the sconces, you do see the slime has kind of retreated a bit. The lit sconces specifically. Other than that, nothing stands out for you. And Lisa, as you look through at the other chests don't seem to have pools of slime inside of them. Just kind of general coating. As you kind of look around, you're able to see a few things that you immediately recognize as magic gems or stones, etc. There's not a lot. There's a couple of them in there, here and there, underneath piles of like random stuff, which seem to be just stone or something that was supposed to be something, like preparation material of some sort. You basically find, and if you want to take it, about 25 gold pieces worth of like magic gems, miscellaneous pearls and like little rubies and sapphires kind of deal that could be used for spells, components, or possibly even enchantments. That you kind of just immediately were able to recognize. You have probably seen a few of these in your life. Like, oh, this is easy. These are gems that, with all this magic around, I assume are used for magic. And you find 25 gold pieces worth of them in there. I don't think you're going to steal from yourself, but you are free to collect it should you choose to.
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking to Tucker for a second.
No,
I'm sorry.
Annalisa was going through it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I accidentally zoned out for a second.
Oh, so
All right,
valid.
yeah. Yeah, no, she's gonna take I mean, might as well. So that's 25 gold pieces.
Well, stealing from your family.
She's not stealing. She's gonna give it to her parents upon coming up. What were the gems again?
Just
I didn't
miscellaneous magic gems. I'm gonna put it like this. I
gem.
don't care if you like exactly a 10 gold piece worth pearl, but if you guys happen to need a gem for a spell, you're always free to say, hey, we have 25 gold pieces of gems. Maybe 15 gold pieces of it is a pearl. I'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay. She's gonna gather that up with the intention of bringing it up, putting it to Serafina. Unless like Ordo sees one, it's like, ooh, I super need that.
Ordo?
I'm sorry.
Do you need any?
Sorry.
Are there any gems you specifically need for like?
No. For spellcasting.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm not used to looking at that part.
If you
Well,
don't have
we'll
anything
figure
in
it out
mind, it's
later.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think I do. Cold water, cold water, cold water, holy water. No, no,
Okay.
no.
So as you kind of go through that protocol reason, you just kind of put them in your bag. You got 25 gold pieces worth of in your bag. You're not sure what else could be in this room, but you are free to search it more if you'd like to, or you can start exploring the rest of the basement. What up to you guys? You all tell me.
I think we should continue exploring. Something tells me we might not be. This situation might not be fully taken care of.
Well, I'm about finished, so I'm inclined to agree. And she slips back on her backpack.
All right.
Um,
What were we gonna say?
what's in the main room again? You said there were
Okay.
the portraits, and you said
Uh,
that a slime retreated when Tucker looked last time.
Yeah. Upon entry, the party immediately finds the room to be cold, damp, and empty. While the stone in the room is well made and formed, the room itself is unceremonious. There are a few torch holders or sconces that can be lit up to provide better lighting. Since the light of the entryway will not make it down to any significant quality, the room on the right of the room there's a wooden door that is slowly starting to rot. It's covered with thin purple ooze that smells a little sweet and fermented. That's something I did. On the left there is another wooden door suffering this similar treatment. The door on the right seems to have some small markings. They can be broken down, but don't appear to have any locks on them. On the far side of the wall, there seems to be some paintings that have slowly begun deteriorating with time. Upon closer inspection, they can be determined to be that the paintings of the Good Barrel lineage. The last painting dates back 2 generations. But yeah, to the best of your knowledge, it seems that since the cleansing, this place has not been touched. So yeah.
Can Tucker look at the paintings again and see if there is that leaf symbol anywhere on the paintings?
I will say this: when you look at the paintings, there's obviously wine symbology everywhere. They were a family of winemakers. So like, there's definitely like a vineyard in the back, vine plants. Some of them have like potted vine plants that they just started growing from snippings and stuff like that. I wouldn't say there's like a specific like, oh, here is the crest that we have. I mean, there probably is the crest of the Good Barrels, which is up to Katie.
Yeah,
But
I
do
have
not
it written down.
All right, so no Illuminati shit.
no Illuminati
No.
shit. Just Good Barrel shit.
FYI, the family crest is a barrel with the image slash engraving of a bundle of grapes printed on its side. Kegs from vineyards and breweries are engraved with the same image of grapes, and wine bottles have the full crest, including like the image of the barrel. So basically, I was like, well, they wouldn't put an image of a barrel on a barrel, so they just put the grapes. But like the wine bottles has like
The barrel and the grapes.
the barrel and the grape in it.
Yeah,
Right.
so you see that crest probably like on a portion of each of them, like bottom right hand corner, then the artist signature kind of deal, or maybe in the clothing if they have a pin of some sort. But other than that, like it's not any Illuminati kind of shit. Nah.
Tucker is just going to look at the family symbol everywhere and be like, "Man, rich people are weird."
I do want to say this is a testament to how I usually treat them in D&D, where they're just like, where are all the minute details? Where's the Illuminati stuff Noel's like? But yeah, no, in general, you don't see any Illuminati stuff. But yeah, they seem to have a pin. They seem to obviously be of a lineage of some sort. It goes back quite a few generations.
Yeah.
As you guys look around the first room, the door to room 3 seems to be in a similar condition to door to room 2. You have not opened it yet, but you are free to do so if you'd like to. What are you guys doing?
I'd like
Annalise-
to open the door. Oh, sorry. Unless
I was
Annalisa
gonna-
wants to.
No, Annalisa was going to gesture for Ordo to do it, so yeah, Annalisa.
Ordo opens the door.
Ordo, you walk over to the door and slowly push it open. This one actually seems to be in a worse condition, so before you can even really push open, it kind of, like, the hinges on its left side kind of start breaking, and it kind of slurps back down and clunks into a small pool of slime with a little bit of a wave. It's just like, oh, oops, you know. And as you walk over
Wow.
it, the weirdest feeling of like deteriorating wood is under your feet and boots, just like you're slurping into each step. Just it's really uncomfortable. Are all three of you walking in?
Yes. Is it dark in there?
It is dark. There are once again sconces going around, but you have a better view because you have sconces in the other room lit up already.
Go ahead, Ordo.
I was just gonna say, I would light some of the sconces. If there,
Fantastic.
you said there are sconces in this room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I light the sconces nearest me first.
All right. As you enter, the area seems to be mostly void of decoration, except for, once again, another portrait or two. A pile of rotting wood in the middle implies that there used to be chairs, tables, and some other amenities for individuals to wait here and sit down, kind of talk or do whatever they need to do. On the right-hand side, there is a stone door carved with gently glowing green runes, and and a small hole in the middle that seems to be once again covered in slime. Just above the hole, there is a. No, sorry, that's the. I am reading something from the others. But yeah, just above the hole, there is a small holy symbol of Ina that is cemented into its place. It cannot be removed without significantly damaging the runes or the door, which can. Yada yada. That's for my notes. Yeah, that's really about it. In the room. Yeah, that's it. That's all you see. The room is generally covered in slime, and probably a little bit more slime than room 2. But room 3 seems to be mostly devoid, and whatever was in there that was chairs and stuff is definitely deteriorated at this point. So much so that's more like goop on the bottom of the ground.
Annalisa makes a face looking at all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turns towards the door and takes out a napkin, and she's gonna start trying to gingerly clean out that slime hole.
All right. What is everyone else doing?
Tucker would like to just do an initial scan to see if there's any weaknesses in the structure that might look dangerous, or even some, like as Ordo said, slime activity.
Yeah. Perception
Any
roll.
corners? Yeah. Perception. 13.
The structure here is mostly stone. It is well made stone, as mentioned before. There does seem to be some carvings in the stone closer towards the doorway, the stone doorway. That seems to be more ornamental to the best of your knowledge, but otherwise nothing crazy. As you look around, nothing immediately seems to be slimy and gooey and ready to attack or anything like that. Ordo, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna inspect the paintings, the
Yeah.
portraits. I want to see like any names on them or any other. I mean, I'm expecting good barrel names and symbols, but
Yeah.
just curious.
Essentially, yeah, that's what you get. You get good barrel name symbols. The names themselves that would have been carved into the portrait, or would have been part of the, or would have been like metal hanging on the wood. A lot of them have once again deteriorated. These paintings, I think you realize immediately, are in significantly worse condition than the ones in the main room, in room one.
Gotcha.
But they do that. As you guys start to mess around a bit in here, and Annalisa starts to clean out the hole, you begin to hear a big slurping noise in the middle of the room. I'm gonna say this, Tucker. You when you're looking at the map, you're on the right side, furthest away from the door. Ordo, you are at the bottom, furthest away from the door to room 1, and Elisa, you're at the door to room 4. So in the middle of the room, you guys slowly start to hear the conglomeration of slime slurping together, and eventually a medium-sized, probably dog-sized slime begins to form and seems ready to go towards Annalisa at the door. Roll for initiative.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Oh, Ordo! Damn, Ordo's going first on a lot of these. All
Yeah.
right.
I found a good D20 apparently.
Yeah.
It only took me 5 years.
That's a 12 for me.
I got a 13.
All right. So the good news is Annalisa's not going last this time.
Woo!
So the slime is obviously ready to heading towards Annalisa. Ordo, it is your turn first. Ordo, what are you doing?
Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess what I'm about to do?
All right, hold on. Zone of truth.
Ah, Sacred Flame.
Oh, dang it! I thought it was gonna be zone of truth. It got an 8.
I don't know the truth.
Roll your damage. You got an 8.
I also got an 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
8 damage.
it still seems to be standing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big
fine.
boy. It's a chunky boy.
I will say, is there a way that I could position myself in between the slime and Annalisa?
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yes, you can move in front of Annalisa for sure.
Okay. I would like to get between Annalisa and the slime and kind of like make myself, make my presence known to this slime, possibly.
All right, Tucker.
After, because a Sacred Flame would make my presence known.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like you cast Sacred Flame and so like kind of running up, like you did the whole shield thing. You're protecting Annalisa. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Tucker, it is your turn. You're on the far side of the wall. The slime seems to be heading towards Ordo and Annalisa's position. You are behind it.
Oh, yay! Can I try throwing my knife and get sneak attack possibly, or does he notice me?
Unfortunately, slimes are one of the few creatures that cannot be sneak attacked or critted.
God damn it!
But I do allow.
Specifically chose this to mess with us.
I do allow for crits though. I think that's stupid. If I have crits, I will say a sneak attack will not be as effective.
How close is where's Ordo standing?
Ordo's standing right in front of Annalisa, which is right in front of the doors. They're on the opposite side of the room.
Can I use my movement to like get behind it in a way that I'm flanking it and possibly get advantage on my attacks?
Yeah, you know what? Sure, because you have the ability to sneak attack and you have that. I'll say you could get an advantage, but you're not gonna do sneak attack damage.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to take out. I was already holding a dagger, so I'm going to take out my other dagger in my other hand.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll to hit with my first dagger with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
That hits. Roll to see if you hit the other one before we roll damage.
Okay. And the other one, I don't add my dexterity with my offhand.
Nope.
Right? Okay. Oh, no. The other one's a 5, even with advantage.
So what happens is basically the first one slurps on in right to the center of it. You see a very solid thud kind of ripple throughout it. But when you take a look at it, when the second one enters in through the side, it seems just kind of glide through the side and exit out of it. You're throwing them, right? Just making sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's up to you. I wanted to flank it.
Okay, sure. So then
if I need to go up to it, I'll flank it.
Well, that's up to you. I'm
I'll
asking what you're doing so I know for your inventory. What do you have?
I'm actually going to step up to it. I'm
Okay.
gonna use. I'm gonna go up against it, I guess.
You give it a nice stab in the side, and you see that solid thud going, and as you pull out your dagger, and as you kind of slash the other one, you kind of go a little too high, get like a little chip off the top. You obviously that didn't do much damage to it at all. But roll for damage on that first one.
4.
All right, not bad, not bad. As you stab on into it, you obviously it's definitely not like you've done full damage to it, but you've definitely got it in quite good. And Lisa, it is your turn. You see Ordo has just stepped in front of you after casting a spell to make sure that everything's good on your end, and you also see that Tucker has also joined in the fray, stabbing this thing in the back.
How close is this? Would you say it's like 10 feet away or something?
Yeah, because Ordo's in front of you, it's at least 10 feet away.
Okay. So if it's 10 feet away, then Annalisa's going to use her halfling nimbleness to just sort of quick like dash like straight by Ordo basically. Like he's just so big and she's so small that she can sort of like go right around him. And she is going to attack, and the attack won't be the end of my turn, but she's going to attack that slime with her great axe.
Roll the hit.
Okay, that is a 17.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Ooh, I rolled a 12, so that's going to be 15 damage.
Awesome. All right.
So she does that, and then I'm assuming it's not dead yet.
It actually is.
Oh, yay.
But I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw. Ordo, you have advantage because Annalisa's now in front of you.
Oh, well, thanks for the end. Thank you for that.
That's a 16 for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10 for me. It was almost a crit fail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tucker?
15.
All right. Tucker and Annalisa, you're getting half damage. But Ordo, you're taking full damage. You're each gonna take you're gonna take half bludgeon damage. So there was 3 bludgeon damage. So Annalisa and Tucker, you'll take 1. Ordo, you take all 3. And there was 2 acid damage. So you all take 2 damage there.
So I'm taking a total of 5 damage?
You take a total of 5 damage. Everyone else take a total of 3.
Gotcha. Man, going from playing with 50 health to 11 is scarier.
Yeah, it is a lot scarier. As this thing kind of as you see, this thing immediately kind of starts exploding as you attack it with such deftness. It didn't seem to have the opportunity. I guess the best way to put it is to get smaller, so it just kind of exploded, and this perfume, this pervasive pheromones that you've smelled before, kind of splashes all over you, and the explosion kind of gets on you, and you guys do definitely feel a small burning sensation on wherever is open, parts of like your collar, your neck, that kind of deal, and you definitely feel burning sensations like if you have like a thin layer of clothes, like your socks definitely got a little burn through, and now your ankles are being nipped at the burn, you know. But otherwise, the explosion itself wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Tucker kind of jumps back, and after the explosion passes, he immediately starts scratching at his neck and his exposed skin, and he's gonna be like, guys, this isn't good.
Ugh. Annalisa's looking at herself, and she's like, no, it's not.
Oh yeah, and listen, you are coated in slime too. I do want to mention, like, the moment I think at this point you moment to realize it's not really sentient, quote unquote. The acid no longer takes effect, just becomes slime. But like, you guys are pretty coated in slime, minus Ordo, who got shielded by Annalisa a little bit.
I got
Yeah.
shielded by Annalisa, but I took the most damage.
That's
How do
why I
have
gave
the
you
least
advantage.
damage and have
so
the most
small.
damage?
She could only shield so much.
She can only shield your knee down.
And the
All right.
funny thing
Yeah, that's fair.
is if it wasn't dead, she was planning on she has this feat mobile, which when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from it for the rest of the turn.
Mhm.
So she was going to duck back behind Ordo, but that did not happen.
No, that did not.
Tuck is going to send her an annoyed look, and he's going to say, "Not because of that. Remember back when we were fighting them, the slimes were attracted to the smell."
Yeah,
Oh.
about it.
Well, now the smell is on
It's on to
us.
us.
Well, aren't we going to kill everything in this place anyways?
We are, but they don't need to know that we're coming.
Hmm.
Or come to us first.
Well, then better we get to them before they get to us.
I guess. He's gonna keep scratching at his neck.
Annalise,
Annalise,
go on.
you go, Steph.
Annalisa, as you had been discovering the door before, very clearly, obviously, just under the symbol of Ina, there was a grape-shaped hole in that you'd been cleaning up not too long ago. It only goes in about an inch or two deep, but very clearly it seems to be a sort of keyhole that seems to have a lot of gentle green pulsing energy coming out from around it and around the door itself.
Now, Annalisa may not be the brightest crayon in the box.
Mhm.
However, I think she reluctantly slurps her way over to the door and kind of like shaking off some of the goop,
Yeah.
takes off her backpack and takes out that slate with
Yeah.
the grape on it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that looks like that should slide right there.
It do.
She holds it out and boop,
All right, you
puts
put
it
it in.
against it.
Nothing happens. Do you wanna maybe like turn it?
What do you mean turn it?
I don't know. You could try.
Like turn it so that it's not inserted?
No, it is currently inserted, and then when you take your hand off, nothing happens.
Like a key. Turn it like a key.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess she puts her hands on it and like slides it
Yeah.
sideways.
You couldn't notice it really that well before, but as you kind of turn it, you hear the slurping noise as you kind of turn it around. You give it one full rotation, and the green energy pulses a little brighter, and then you see that the door begins to open, spreading from the middle outwards into the two sides, entering the wall on either side. Inside the room, you see something quite spectacular. This room is significantly more ornate than the previous room and has a higher pressure of nature magic within it. In fact, each and every one of you can feel the nature magic kind of almost pouring out of here. There are stone carvings of the grapevines that start from the door, and actually we're starting from the inside of the room next to the doorway. From the door that stretch all the way through the entire room with 3 grape bundles on each side, 3 on the right and 3 on the left. One directly on top of the obelisk base itself. And as you can clearly see on the very far side of the room, the obelisk base is stationed there and very clearly based. This is definitely a continuation of the obelisk. On the far side of the room, there's a large obelisk that features through the roof and likely stretches into what is known as the current standing obelisk outside. The obelisk is covered in druidic runes that glow in a similar gentle green color, observed before in the locked door. Rather than it being a steady glow, it tends to intensify and pulsate at random. You guys can roll a perception roll to get a little bit more information on that. And there are a few other rolls you could do. But yeah, that is kind of the immediate visuals you get. You all tell me what you want to do. Oh, and the room is probably like 70 feet long.
I got a dirty 1, so Annalisa's not gonna notice anything. She's too busy with her slime problems.
Yeah, there's a lot of slime on you. It's really icky and gooey. Like, ugh.
Ordo got a natural one.
Tucker got
One second.
Oh
You've
no.
killed him.
Uh,
Your nat one had consequences in the real
oh
world.
no!
It's gone. It's gotten to
That's
this
the
point.
power of imagination,
That's
guys.
the power of a nat one.
You can. Oh god. Oh man, Steph, I'm sorry.
Can't believe you've killed him.
Yeah, almost. I just had to take some Ventolin real quick. Oh god, that was gonna be really bad. Sorry. Whew. One more time. Go on in.
Tuck got a 7.
Nothing
We're
stands
all
out.
really good at seeing things.
Tuck is going to turn to Annalisa and be like, well, your family sure went hard on a single theme.
Annalisa's going to sort of look at him and be like, "What do you mean?"
I mean, a little variety won't kill you guys. Like, literally everything we've seen in this basement has all been, leaves, barrels, and grapes.
Oh my.
She sort of rolls her eyes and is like, "Well, if you ever want to take out a degree in architecture, please let me know, and we'll have you redesign the place."
He's gonna,
He's gonna commit.
He's gonna get into the green now.
He's gonna do it. He's
he's
leaving.
gonna just roll his eyes and walk away and just mumble under his breath
This is the end of Tucker as the adventurer and the beginning of the degree, the architect.
the catalyst of his new backstory.
He was made fun of by a rich girl, so now he has to become the best architect in the world.
But yeah, Tuck is going to go in, and you said that there was some pulsating magic from somewhere. I think I
Yes.
heard.
So, as you kind of look around the room, the green lights kind of follow the vines that decorate the room on the side. And
Okay.
instead of being just a general light green, they seem to pulsate, and they seem to pulsate a lot more wildly and vividly towards the center of the room where the obelisk is, and towards the center grapevine itself.
Mhm.
Is
Is this? Go ahead, Ordo.
what's the slime sitch down here? Is everything just coated again, like as usual?
I will say this. It is surprisingly not as coated as you might expect, but when you walk into the room itself and you kind of look to the sides, it definitely seems like the grape bundles that are kind of on the 3 on the side of the wall and the 3 on the one in the middle definitely are somewhat coated with them, but it doesn't seem to be as pervasive as if it was in the other rooms.
Okay.
Like the
There's
floor,
definitely
every time you step on the floor, it's not squelching, but there's definitely once again the room is a lot bigger, and the slime seems to be a little bit more towards the sides of the room. So the center is kind of clearish, but you're not sure. Anything else? You haven't got too far in the room. Once again, you still have to light up some sconces, but in general, that green pulsing light gives you a pretty generally good look. You're able to see any reflections if there are any.
Cool. Gotcha.
Are the vines within arm's reach?
They're on the sides of the room, so you could go to the sides of the room and inspect the vines if you'd like to.
Yeah, that's what Tuck would like to do.
As you walk over to the vines, you take a look at them, and you kind of go through. As you kind of enter, you follow the vines from your side of the doorway all the way to the side. The vines seem to have some sort of runic carving as you kind of walk into it. Kind of look at it, but you can't see anything clearly because once again, the vines have a thin layer of slime on it. But as you kind of look through it, you see that the layer gets a little thicker when it comes towards the grape bundles. Then it starts to thin out before you get to the next grape bundle. What exactly do you want to investigate when it comes to these vines and bundles of grapes and what have you?
Tucker, how thick are the vines?
The vines could get to be basically as thick as your arm in some places. Once again, this is more decoration rather than realistic size. And sometimes it'll be as thin as like sometimes they just taper off to become very thin. I would say like the big majority of them where it's like the decoration part, it's always like these are grapevines, probably around arm or slightly smaller than your arm, or slightly less wide than your arm.
Okay, so they're not actual vines.
No,
They're
no,
made
no.
out of stone
Yeah.
and they have this green pulsing light on them.
Yes.
Tucker is just going to reach out and touch one.
Your hand goes through the slime that's on. You touch one, and listen, you could kind of feel that nature magic kind of pulsing through it. Each of one of those really big, intense green pulses, you feel the nature magic kind of like boom, boom, right onto you.
Hmm. Tucker is going to, like, while he's touching it, like, move his hand and try and scrape the slime off of it and see if there's any change in the pulsing energy as he removes it.
There's no change.
Hmm.
Annalisa, Ordo, what do you want to do?
Um, I don't know. I was kind of
Anna-
expecting you to get attacked.
Annalisa wants to go check out the bright glowy thing because it's right there and it's bright and glowing.
Yeah, I guess Ordo would also approach the obelisk, base of the obelisk.
All right. So is Annalisa going to the base of the obelisk, or is Annalisa going to the vines on the side? There's a lot of things that are glowing.
The base of the obelisk. It's the biggest, shiniest thing there.
It's the biggest.
And she
shiniest-
did not roll great.
Yeah.
So
As you guys walk over to the base of the obelisk, you're clearly able to see that the obelisk has come down into this area. You're not sure if it goes down any further, but your initial instinct is to say no, because it seems to just kind of plum end base there. About, let's just say like this, about 5 to 10 feet off of the obelisk, you see that central grape bundle start to form and start to kind of go around the obelisk. It kind of protrude its way out a couple feet with these ornamental grapes on them. Going all the way to the bottom, spreading out, and then the vines seem to grow from that grape around the sides to the walls, with 3 on each side, as I mentioned before. The obelisk itself doesn't seem to be, I would say, tampered with, broken, or cracked, but the obelisk is dim. The same dim green you might see on a really clear night on it from the upstairs. It seems to be very dim, but the grape bundles themselves seem to be pulsating wildly, viciously, aggressively, and at random.
I would like to touch the obelisk.
And the moment you touch the obelisk, nothing happens. Oh wait, actually, you are Annalisa Goodbarrel. As you touch the obelisk, you feel, I would say, like a sense of familiarity. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's nothing that is. I wouldn't say there's like any flow of magic or anything, but you sense a sense of familiarity, as if this is like. It's almost like. It's like drinking a warm glass of apple cider on a cold day. And it just feels warm inside you. It feels relaxing. It feels like it's part of you as you kind of touch it. But that's about it. And apple cider is better than hot cocoa. I don't care what any of y'all say. Fuck off.
Hot takes
Alright,
tonight.
You know what? We're pausing this campaign. The next 2 hours is just arguing about hot cocoa versus apple cider.
Let's do it.
Hmm.
Actually,
I
here's what I'm
don't-
gonna do real quick. My
You know
apologies.
what?
I'm gonna use the restroom real quickly.
Okay.
I need nature magic calls.
Yeah.
If you guys need to use the restroom, if you need to get water, do so. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute their mics as well. We'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, guys.
Hell yeah. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I need to use the restroom.
All right.
See y'all in a second.
Later.
All right, guys, we're back. Sorry for that delay. Just had to use the restroom real quick. We are all back now, and I think everyone else is pretty good. I think the nature magic was only affecting me and not just Annalisa. So let's get going. Annalisa, you see that warm familiarity coming in with the apple cider like drinking feel. You get what I'm saying. What do you do?
I don't know if she does anything so much as sort of just bathes in that feeling for a moment. Maybe like closes her eyes for a moment, just kind of like, ah, like that's a nice feeling.
It's a very nice feel. So yeah, I get you.
Uh, so she goes, she turns to Ordo and she's like, I almost get why you were hugging the fence earlier.
It was a very pleasant time. More people should do that.
She nods and she goes, please do not hug the obelisk.
Why I okay.
He sounds
I
so
will
dejected.
Ordo
Plans
once again
were
kind of looks off. He looks like slightly like head cocked slightly over his shoulder, just like looks wistfully off in the distance. Thinking, man, I want to hug that obelisk.
Once again.
Annalisa goes, please do not hug anything else in this room either.
Okay. I don't think you're being very fair.
I saw you looking around. Please do not hug
Just
anything
because
else.
I'm looking doesn't mean I'm trying to hug something.
Admittedly, it is very difficult to tell with you.
That's okay. Admittedly, it is very difficult to see you sometimes. I forget. I have to look down. Did you? I'm sorry. What do you need to be excused?
How dare you?
How dare I what? I was simply stating that sometimes it is hard to see you because you were so much shorter than I am.
Ah!
Was it another slime? What did you see?
While they're bickering, Tuck is going to inspect the obelisk and the room in general, I guess, for any cracks or signs of damage, since we know that the obelisk broke up top.
Investigation roll.
Hell yeah. Never mind. That was a 6. What's my investigation? 10.
I will say this: as you investigate, you realize that there are no, there aren't any cracks or breaks in there. But I think as you investigate, you do realize that as you kind of look through one of the grape bundles close to you, that one or two of the grapes seem to be very loose inside the actual bundles themselves.
Tuck will pick one, or see if he can pull it out.
Tuck, you pick out a very small grape towards the bottom of the bundle, and give me 1 second. I gotta. Okay, as you pick out this small grape, you immediately feel a rush of nature magic coming through the hole that it used to be in, and right in front of you forms a tiny slime. As you pick out this grape, I'll say this, you have the moment to get back. Right now the slime is still forming, so you have a turn or two that you won't be in initiative, but there is, you do currently see that right now. The thing you pulled out, you kind of take a quick glance down at it. It looks a lot like one of those smaller runes that you had picked up in the other room.
Tuck is immediately going to start backing away, and he's going to be like, I agree, Annalisa is short, but we have bigger problems.
Well, yes, of course we have bigger problems. She's small. There's obviously things that are bigger. I don't. And then I turn over
There's
and
a
look at what's going
slime.
on. A slime.
Ah!
Amazing.
Annalisa
Um,
gets out her great axe. She's very peeved and ready to take out her anger.
Ordo just got his Warhammer shield.
are you just going immediately to attack this thing?
I mean, where is it exactly?
I would say this. It would be on the furthest bunch of grapes on the right hand side. So quite literally next to the number 4 or around the number 4.
Okay. Tucker is not attacking. He's just backing away.
I'll say this, just so you guys know, when I say right or left hand side, I'm referring to the door, not the obelisk.
Okay.
Is that the only slime in the room?
Right now it is.
Then I think that yes, Annalisa would. Well, she'd take her turn.
I'll give you
If we're
advantage.
entering initiative.
You're not taking initiative. I'll give you advantage on the hit right now.
Okay.
Is
Advantage. So she's going to hit it.
Yeah, that's what you said, right?
Yep. Advantage on the hit. Okay. That is a dirty 20.
You hit. Roll for damage.
That's 6 slashing damage.
As you slash through this thing, you kind of realize something's a little different with it. Sure, you did some damage, but as it starts to gloop out, you realize that almost like in the chest, it seems to have a source that it keeps growing from, and with that information, you see that damage you've done to it is almost immediately nullified.
what did you say? It seems to be getting like replenished from.
Yeah. I'll say Annalisa and Ordo do not know this, but I think Tuck is
Okay.
able to kind of take apart that since he removed this orb, there's nature magic coming out of that area in greater quantities.
Okay, and that's where it seems like the slime is being like regenerated from or whatever.
Yeah, that's what Tuck was
Okay,
able to put
okay,
together.
gotcha.
All right. So would it be safe to assume that Tucker is realizing that these slimes are being generated from nature magic?
Yeah. I would say that's safe to assume at this point for sure.
All right. Tucker is going to frown, and I don't know if he could finesse his way over there, but he's going to try and plug the grape back into the place he pulled it out from. If he can do that.
As you plug the grape back in, you slowly see that the nature magic itself starts to overwhelm the grape orb you had, and it begins to crack. Eventually, you see that the grape shatters and starts to be reabsorbed into the slime itself.
Cool. Tucker is going to shout out, guys, I think that it might be nature magic after all that's causing these things to appear.
I told you.
Well, isn't that nice? We got a regenerating slime over here. We
Perception rolls, everyone.
Perception?
Perception rolls, everyone. If you have any hearing bonuses, that will be much appreciated.
Any smelling bonuses? Got it.
Annalisa got an 18.
Actually, you know what? A smelling bonus would work in this room. Sure.
Oh hell yeah! I have to pull up the Loxodon page again. I think it's just I think it's you add proficiency.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but I don't want to pick that up. I'm sorry.
Pull up the Loxodon.
Tuck also got an 18.
2 18s. Yay.
Oh, I have advantage on it.
Go for it. Roll advantage. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, sweet. 23.
hell yeah.
I think you recognize this first, Ordo. As your trunk kind of
Mhm.
sways around, you realize this room had been a lot less fermented smell, which is very nice. But immediately you start smelling this fermented, sweet smell, almost overbearingly. And then
Mhm.
everyone starts to hear cracks. I did roll to see what would
What?
happen. I will say that. You all start to hear cracking, like stone cracking. And it starts on the grapevine that's one further down on the right hand side. As I said, there's 3 grapevines going down to the back of the room. The first grapevine is the one Tucker took out the orb from. The second one you hear a crack from, and a grape on the middle of the vine, or in the middle of the grape bundle, explodes, and more jelly starts to come out of that. And then the third one further down, a grape in the middle of the bundle explodes, and more jelly comes out of that. And you kind of hear you kind of hear the center one slowly starting to crack, but it has not fully cracked open yet. Roll for initiative.
Is there any wine down here? Has there been any wine down here whatsoever?
No, not like barrels of wine. No.
Gotcha. One.
That's a 9 for me.
Oh, you will get an advantage due to your perception rolls.
Oh, yay. That's a 9 for me.
Lower too.
17, baby.
Oh wait.
Ordo,
Let's
damn.
see.
I don't know what's going on in there, man.
Attack rolls, let's see. Initiative isn't an ability attack check or a saving throw,
No.
so never mind. So I can re-roll ones, but not for initiative. I don't think.
What'd you get, Tucker?
8.
Oh, so it's Annalisa's going before Tucker. I think she's got a 9, right?
Yeah.
All right. So immediately on the far side, where one of the larger ones, sorry, not one of the larger ones. Immediately on the far side, further from you guys, closer towards the obelisk, closer actually towards Order. Order was still next to the obelisk. You do see a medium-sized slime that had just come out. And
Of the obelisk?
no, of the one next to the obelisk.
Gotcha.
The obelisk sounds like it's cracking. Part of the grape on the one of the grapes on the obelisk section of the grapevine sounds like it's cracking, but it's not cracked yet. But very clearly, the right side has cracked fully. A medium slime has come out of the one furthest there, and a small slime has come out of the one just next to the one that you guys are next to, as well as the small slime that was already there. The order is going to go. It's going to go Ordo, medium slide, Annalisa, small, and Tucker. So, Ordo, you're up first. What do you do?
Okay. I took 5 damage from when that slime exploded.
Yeah.
Frick, man. I'm sorry, guys. I have I have to look at too many things.
I will say, because Wiggs is not here, I did down the difficulty a little bit, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and is that how long does that last? Sorry.
Take your time.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
All right.
Yeah, because I need the extra AC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a bonus action.
Yes, it is.
Oh, not nice. And then I'm gonna hit the medium slime with a warhammer.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a cantrip, you could also do another spell. So I'll tell you, the rules is when it comes to 2 spells, one of them has to be a cantrip and one of them has to be a bonus action.
You don't say.
I do say.
Well, you do say. Yeah, you're saying it right now.
Oh, yeah.
In that case, guess what I'm gonna do?
Shield of Faith.
Again, yes, I'm gonna Shield of Faith twice. Yes, I'm gonna Shield of Faith myself, so I'm up to 20 AC.
Nice.
and then I am going to cast Sacred Flame at the medium slime.
It failed that deck save, so roll your 1d8 damage.
3.
All right, it is taking 3 radiant damage. It goes like solid bloomp, and you see that it's taking 3 radiant damage. That's it. It is now going to be the medium slime's turn. Right now, it doesn't seem to be doing anything, which is kind of weird. It almost seems like it's just there. It's just kind of like vibing for a second, but it doesn't do anything. And Elisa, it is your turn.
Question, Steph.
Yes.
Do the grape orbs are they like the same as the orbs Annalisa found and the group found in the other?
They look very similar, yes. I would say this. You don't have enough time to examine them perfectly, but I would say that the one that Tucker had looked like the smallest one that you had picked out.
Okay. Annalisa is gonna turn to Tucker and shout, well, don't just stand there. Plug the holes back up with the orbs we found, and throw her backpack towards him. Or I assume they're
Sure.
close.
Yeah,
or
you're close enough.
how close are they?
You are close enough to give your
Actually,
backpack to
before-
him, 100%. You're close enough to give your backpack. Like, I imagine you were only like 5 feet apart because you were fighting the same slime essentially. So you give him your backpack.
All right, and then there's a slime like right there, right?
Right there.
Annalisa's going to go like, this is like she's getting really mad that these slimes are destroying her family's like home, like everything's cracking, and she's like, just die already. And she goes into a rage. So she has resistance to the physical damage and gets to deal bonus damage, and she's going to slice that slime.
Mm-hmm. Roll the hit. Let's get your 42 roll out of the way already.
Come on now, it's not a 42, it's just a 23.
You hit, doing some damage there.
Alright, that is 8 damage. I only rolled a 3, so.
So the slime itself, I would say like it kind of glorps back down. The slime itself seems to be defeated for now, but obviously it's still regenerating. But right now on its turn, it does nothing. Slime 2 is going to start heading towards Annalisa, as it seems these pheromones have been released. It is not going to make it all the way. In fact, it's going a little slower than average, and is slowly starting to get mass, like starting to become a little bit bigger. Tucker, it is your turn.
All right. I've tried to stuff this. First of all, he grabs the bag.
Yeah.
He's tried to plug these balls back in their place before.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get the sense that trying to plug it again would work? Like doing the same thing that he already did?
Give me an Arcana roll.
Arcana. Nat 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
No, I misspoke. It was a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Then,
what?
yeah. What a coincidence. I will give you advantage because you did try to plug it up once, so I think you have a general idea of what's going on. Sorry, I gotta fix something real quick. I'm still on the microphone, but like, yeah. I will give you an advantage because you did try to plug it up once, so I think you got a general understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, okay. Dice. I'm gonna roll with another one. Dice, please. That is a 14.
Here's what I'll say. I think you recognize that this is definitely a magical conduit of some sort. It seems to be magic is somehow or somewhat filtered as it kind of goes through each and every one of these grapes. You're not sure, I will say, you're not sure what they're for, but I will say this. It's kind of like having multiple filters being taken off and then going to the smallest one. You don't think that plugging up the smallest one first would be the best idea?
Um. All right. Does he see any bigger filters around
Yes, as you kind
that
of
he could potentially plug?
Yeah, as you kind of look forward, you look towards the obelisk itself. It seems to have the biggest orb there, which is cracking at the moment. That seems to be about the softball size, and further on it gets smaller and smaller as it gets further away from the thing. But the one in the obelisk itself is cracking at the moment, but it is not
Um.
broken.
Tucker is going to try and get to the cracking orb.
As you start running towards the cracking orb, I'll tell you take your entire turn to get there because I did say it was like 70 feet long. As you do run your way there, you eventually get to the orb itself. It is, and you're just behind Ordo at this point. It is cracking. It looks like it could go at any moment, but it is cracking and it seems to be like spilling out like bits and pieces of nature magic here and there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
Can Tucker take an orb that's the same size or bigger and try and like do a switcheroo, I guess, with the non-broken one?
You're gonna pull an Indiana Jones on this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're trying to do it quickly, so give me a sleight of hand roll.
Oh, I'm a thief. I'm good at that. Oh, no, I'm not. That's a nat one.
Oh my god.
God
Dice
damn it!
first.
You
Maybe
need to
it's,
get new
uh,
dice.
It's like it was about to
Give
roll
those
and it
dice
hit
to me. I can actually re-roll on ones for a lot of things.
like it hit another dice that I have on my tray and flipped back into a 1.
That does-
Separate your
Steph, does that
dice.
count?
That's gonna count. I can't justify it. That's gonna count. If it had fallen off the tray, I would have understand. But you kept the
No, it
dice
just
there.
hit
That
another
was
die.
that was your fault, homie. As you successfully take out the orb, but you're unable to replace it in time before a wave of slime gushes out at you. It gushes out at you and past you, actually, towards the center of the room. I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. Constitution 4.
All right, you can take full damage. You are simply going to take. Oh, the dice are being very lucky to you. You're actually only going to take 1 bludgeon and 2 acid damage, as it kind of goes past your body and splashes into the other. But it's not very long after that. Essentially, the magic of the area starts to grow uncontrolled. You're able to see that this green pulsating light is getting wilder and wilder as the orbs now on the left side start cracking. It is the end of your turn, and in the middle of the room, you guys see a new formation. You see what I'm going to be calling Mega Slime. Mega Slime is slowly
Hell
growing in the
yeah.
room, and I will say this. The medium and small slime seem to be somewhat attracted to it. Ordo, it is your turn.
Hey. So, do we ever figure out how slimes mate from last time? Because you said they were
Slime
attracted to them.
Oh, from the
romancing.
slime
Anyways.
romancing. Yeah, no. That was
Okay.
Wiggs' thing, and Wiggs is not here to tell us how slimes mate.
Man, good nap. It must be a good nap. So, man. Ooh.
I dropped my D20. I gotta find it real quick.
How's Tuck feeling right now? Does Tuck need a pick me up, or is Tuck can Tuck take another hit?
Tuck like looks terrible. His nose started bleeding. He's at 1 hit point.
Oh
God. You got to say this. We have a killer.
Well, this is my last spell slot. So I guess I shouldn't have Shield of Faith myself, right, guys?
Well, I mean, now you
So-
can tank things with your AC, but
That's true. Where is Tuck in relation to me?
he's not far. He's probably like 5-10 feet away from you.
Okay. I can get close enough to cure wounds then.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'll cure wounds. Dice don't fail me. Okay. Well, I rolled a 1,
Mm-hmm.
but +4, so 5 health.
5 health.
It's not
Good
too
Yep.
bad.
enough.
It's not too bad.
Nope.
That's
But
6
that
out
was
of
my
9.
nice. That was my action. I moved. And I guess at this point, it, it looks like Annalisa might be able to handle herself a little bit better. So I'm gonna I'm gonna stand in between Tuck and the Mega Slime,
Sure.
just to be safe.
Give me an insight
That'll be
roll,
my turn.
Ordo. Let's see if you can piece together some things. See if you could glean any information that might be important.
You know, Steph, you are so gracious, but something tells me that a 6 isn't going to be good enough. I rolled a 2, so
Wah, wah. If you can figure something out or have an idea in out of character, feel free to try to apply it as well. I'm assuming out of character is also somewhat in character. The Mega Slime does nothing. It's on its turn. It is now going to be the Medium Slime turn. The Medium Slime is once again heading towards Annalisa, but it stops for a moment. And then it goes to actually absorb the small slime, small slime from before, and they now form into a large slime.
oh,
Yes, the broken holes are now still shooting out slimes. Nothing's formed yet out of them, but there is now a large slime facing Annalisa. Annalisa, it is your turn.
I think Annalisa is going to raise up her great axe and slice at that large slime.
Roll the hit.
That is a 14.
That does not hit.
A 14 does not hit.
14 does not hit the large slime.
Yikes. How far away is Ordo?
Ordo is probably about 20 feet away. You would be able to run around him if you wanted to with your nimble feature, I believe it was.
Yeah, mobile
Mobile, there we go.
keeps me from getting attacks of opportunity against things I've attacked. She's gonna go run and hide behind Ordo, who has Shield of Faith
gotcha.
himself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like she tries to like slice it and it doesn't work out, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh," and she darts.
Yeah, I think
behind-
so
like you hit it, but it's definitely a hardier slime than the other ones. Probably with like a little bit more of a gelatinous, like a stronger membrane around it. So while you're able to get through it, like you realize like that wasn't just it. Would you like it's gonna be a little harder to do damage on it for sure. It is now
Oh
going.
wait, wait.
I'm ready.
Or hmm. No, I have another rage. Because I just realized, well, you know what? No, she doesn't hide behind Ordo, actually, because, for rage... Oh, no, if my turn
And
ends
you
without having attacked a hostile creature, that was an attack, right? Even
That
if
was
it
an
missed?
attack. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, then yes, she hides behind Ordo. Sorry, I just don't want to lose my rage.
You have not lost your rage.
I only have 2 of them.
Yeah, as long as you keep attacking, it doesn't matter if you hit. It just matters that you keep attacking.
Yeah.
All right, it is now going to be Tucker's turn. Tucker, you see Mega Slime form, and behind you, you see that the broken hole there is definitely not doing well. What's up? What you doing, homie?
Tuck was feeling really rough for a second there, like his nose was bleeding, but he kind of looks at Ordo like appreciatively when he gets cure wounded, and he spits out some blood, and he's going to use both hands to try and shove the biggest ball into the slot.
As you shove the softball-sized ball into the slot, you see the ball glow a gentle green outside of it, and then you see it kind of grow a bit more of a violet green until it starts to steady itself. As you kind of see and you look around, the pulsating seems to slow down, or at least seems to steady a little bit more, but very clearly the slime is no longer coming out of here, and the orbs on the left seem to be uh, not cracking as much. Some goo is coming out of them, but not much at all. But I think what you're able to kind of glimmer from that is that you, by putting this new refresher ball in, you were able to kind of contain or slow down that magic coming out.
All right. Tuck is going to, I mean, obviously he can't take a second action, but
Yeah.
he's going to at least move in front of the next biggest broken ball to prepare to
Sure.
try and refresh it again.
On the right hand side, all three balls have broken from the front of the room to the back of the room. You're going up to the third one, all towards the back of the room, closest to the obelisk. So you're
Okay.
in front of there, ready and searching through Annalise's bag to put in the ball. It is now Mega Slime's turn. Mega Slime is going to do something fun.
Fun
And
for whom?
fun for everyone who likes seeing everyone somewhat fit. No, I'm kidding. The slime is going to start kind of globbing up and down and pulsating, and then it's going to spread out wide, and it's going to cover a 20-foot radius. It's not tall; it just covers a 20-foot radius. And at that point in time, you see tendrils kind of poke into the three holes on each side, seemingly gathering more and more energy from the area. It is now Ordo's turn.
Hmm. Um. The tendril. You said the tendrils popping out of the three holes from the side. Are you the three holes of like the
Yeah.
where like the balls are going?
Yeah. So where all the
Okay.
orbs are, where the orbs are cracking, basically it slammed its tendrils into the holes, opening them up to get more nature magic coming out of them.
Oh, the slime put its tendrils in the.
Yes, the slime put its tendrils in.
Oh, okay, got you. In that case, the I don't have any slicey stuff. I hope that
Isn't
I can't
Sacred
flash.
Flame
Uh,
isn't it like sword like or something? Or
there's nothing about it that says it's sword like.
oh,
Maybe-
never mind.
Should
Maybe
have bought a
it's-
knife, Wardo.
You might be thinking something along the lines of like your paladin stuff with your smites. You might be
I
thinking
do
of
have a knife. I never gave you that one.
that.
Oh, you never did give me the knife.
Throw it at Tuck.
Oh, wait. I threw the knife at Tuck. It's a critical hit. No. Okay. I'm gonna go. Well, have we ever hit a slime with a bludgeoning weapon?
It's for
Yes, I hit it with my mace, right?
Yeah,
Your
with
mace
a
is
mace-
piercing, but you have hit it when you're on the field.
Mace is piercing?
no.
No, mace is bludgeoning. Mace and Warhammers are bludgeoning.
Sorry, I was thinking the spiky mace. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. The Morning Star.
Morningstar, thank you. Your mace is
Um,
bludgeoning. You did attack one out in the field with it, if I remember correctly, and it did damage, but it didn't do as much damage as you did.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try. Okay, then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at the tendril that's trying to pull energy from the one that Tuck is closest to.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yep. It's gonna fail
Gotcha.
that. So
Cool.
give me a D8.
8.
All right, that tendril has been disintegrated. That's the good news. The tendril has been disintegrated. Tucker, you now have a very clear a way to get to that. But that tendril has been completely disintegrated. It is now the large slime's turn. Or are you going to move, Ordo?
I guess I'm gonna kind of try to keep positioning myself between Tuck and danger.
Okay,
So like, always keep myself between Tuck and the enemy whenever possible.
sure. As you kind of move forward to protect Tuck a little bit, the large slime comes at you, Ordo. It got a 19 plus 1, so composite 20, so it's not going to be a crit. So that's to be lucky for you.
But it does that does hit me.
Yep,
I have exactly 20.
I know. That's why I was
Come
like, oh
on, man.
man, it kind of sucks.
I got 6 health.
You got 6 health.
Yeah.
Well, you took 28 points. No, no. Don't worry.
I'll quit.
You only took 2 points of damage, so you're good.
Okay.
One bludgeon, one acid.
Cool.
It is now going to be Annalisa's turn.
All right. Annalisa's going to attack large slime again, the one that attacked
Sure.
Ordo, right?
Yep, roll the hit.
Yeah, that's 10.
Annalisa, did not work out this time, homie. You tried. You did try. I'll give you that.
She did try.
Don't barbarians have, or maybe we don't have them at level 1, like reckless attack or something where you get advantage?
I have advantage on strength checks and saving throws,
Mm,
That is not that. Yeah.
and I get bonus to like attack. Like she is also level 1, so do
Yeah.
remember that.
You are level
Like,
1.
I think maybe they might get like extra
Yeah,
stuff later,
reckless
but
attack is level 2.
let's hope that a Slimemancer really exists, because we're gonna need someone to bring back our corpses.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Don't make me re-roll a character, Steph. I like this guy. Please.
It is now going to be Tucker's turn. Tucker. I'm assuming Annalisa also gets behind Ordo.
I mean Ordo's also like suffering pretty bad now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, nah, she'll stay out, I guess, because
Sure.
if Ordo gets hit again, it sounds like he will die.
Yeah. Tucker, it is your turn. What do you do?
Tucker is going to rush to the free hole
Yep.
and put in the next ball.
As you put it in, you see that once again on the right side, the pulsing seems to stabilize significantly more, and the second and the third ones, the first and second ones, sorry, from the door, seem to be giving out less nature magic than before, and the slime seems to be getting a lot less than before. So I'm assuming you're running to hole number 2,
Yes.
and you're running to hole number 2. It's now the Mega Slime's turn. The Mega Slime is going to. The Mega Slime is going to. Let me see what it's going to do. Let me roll for it, actually. All right. The Mega Slime is going to attack at Ordo, who recently got a hit. Don't worry, it's only 17, so you're good.
God, wow. Man, these guys are getting close. I don't like this.
Ordo, you're fine. As it tries to whip a tendril towards your area. Ordo, it is your turn.
So same thing. I'm gonna
Sacred
Sacred
Flame?
Flame?
Yeah.
Sacred Flame the tendril, the next tendril.
It's gonna have a 14. How does that?
Oh, I have exactly 14.
Attacker wins. So yeah. So you're good. You're gonna do damage. Roll for damage.
Well, I thought
Attacker wins on attacker wins.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna.
In Pathfinder,
Alright.
defense 1. In here, attacker wins. 5e attacker wins.
1 damage.
That's something. I'm gonna say this: the flame itself evaporates the tendril, but you see that obviously not that much damage has been done to it, to the slime itself. It's more along the lines of that already started thinning out. So you did some damage to it, but not a lot. It's now the large slime's turn. Large slime's going to.
I make sure I get myself closer to protect Tuck.
Large slime's gonna go.
That happens always.
Yeah, large slime's gonna go to Ordo again, because it. Annalisa, if you want to give me an insight roll, maybe you can find out why.
Sure.
And it got an 8, so Ordo, you're good.
Yeah, that's a 6.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna say this. It only has a +1 to its attack, Ordo, so that first hit was a lucky hit. But we'll see what happens later on. So yeah, you don't know why, but something obviously is attracting them to Ordo. And you're not sure exactly what it is. Annalisa, it is your turn.
Third time's a charm, as they say, for that big old large slime.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Okay, does a 17 hit?
A 17 hits. Roll for damage.
Finally.
What's
Man.
Ordo's patron?
Oh, I don't have a patron right now.
Jesus.
So that's only an 8.
So it takes 4 damage for due to its resistance, but it seems you chop off a good glob of it. Let me put it like that. Tucker, it is your turn.
Is the space to put the hole free?
Yes.
Okay. Tucker is going to do the second
Mhm.
the second space and shove that ball in.
You shove the ball in, and obviously it starts to stabilize a lot more. While the first one over there definitely seems to be leaking some out, it seems to be leaking significantly less out. As you kind of look around the room, you see that the other orbs on the other side are probably leaking out a little bit more than that orb is. So you have the choice of either finishing this side or trying to min-max leakage. What do you want to do?
Say that again. The other side
Yeah,
is
the other side seems to be leaking a bit more, especially closer to the obelisk.
I guess we'll go to the other side and try to stabilize that rather than completely
So if you're looking from
mess with the small fry.
yeah, so if you're looking from the door into room 4, it's gonna be on the left-hand side, close to the obelisk on the left wall. So you basically rush your way there, no problem. I will say this: if Ordo does attack on his next turn, he won't be able to get to you. But you will be able to get to him in at least 2 turns. He kind of sprinted to the other side. It is now going to be Mega Slime's turn. Mega Slime is going to prod a tendril into. Actually, you know what it's going to do? 13. Does a 14 hit you, Annalisa?
14 is exactly my AC.
Attacker
So-
wins. You are going to. You're only gonna take 2 acid damage, but
Is that, did you count in my resistance already? Or, oh no, that's
just
acid.
acid damage. You're not taking any bludgeon. You're gonna take 2 acid
Okay.
damage, but I think what you
worst one.
realize is that you start to smell quite badly.
Ugh.
It is now Ordo's turn.
Okay.
Ordo, I will say that I'm at 6 health. Tucker could probably take a hit or 2 if you want to attack.
Or heal yourself.
I can't heal myself.
You don't have a healing cantrip or anything?
Nope. I don't know why I don't. I'm honestly, I'm perplexed.
I will say this: Annalisa in her bag did have a healing potion. Which
Yeah,
is now with
Tucker has Tucker has that.
Oh, I do have that. Oh shit, I didn't realize that.
I'm just gonna go ahead and so how many tendrils are up still? 2?
I will say there are 4 tendrils up, 3 on the left side that are going through the holes there, and 1 on the right side that seems to be really withering down, so it's retreating.
Okay. So the holes on the right side are available now?
The holes on the right side have been plugged up, except for the first one closest
The
to the
last one?
doorway,
Okay.
which is now just barely like dribbling out some slime.
Okay. I am going to. Where's this large slime at?
The large slime is right next to Annalisa. I would say probably 5 or 10 feet away from you. It did attack. It did try to attack you, so 5 feet away from you. You are within melee range.
Okay. I am going to yeah, I'm just gonna
Sacred Flame it.
I'm trying to think of what's more likely to hit, my attack roll or him failing it. Yeah, Sacred Flame.
All right. He got a 12, so no, he actually failed.
Sweet.
Roll for damage.
3.
The large slime takes 3 full damage, and I'm going to say this. I think you start to realize that while physical attacks don't do exactly all the damage you're supposed to do, magic attacks do full damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Got
Are you going to try to disengage it so you can run towards Tuck, or what are you going to do?
Isn't disengage an action?
It's a movement action, I believe. Or is it a bonus action? It's a bonus action for
Dis-
thieves.
Yeah, I
Disengage
think
is
it's a
an
full
action.
action. Yeah.
Some classes like monks or rogues can take disengage as a bonus action, but for everyone else, disengage is an action.
So
Do you
you
need to take it if like that's a ranged attack, right? Or
well, your melee range. He's only 5 feet away because the large slime attacked him.
okay,
That being said,
all right.
are you going to disengage for your movement or no?
No.
All right. The large slime is now going to attack Annalisa, who smells horrible. Annalisa, a 9 does not beat your AC, so you are good.
Steph, when you say horrible, what do you mean?
She
'Cause there's a lot of
smells
horrible-
like the pheromones that have been released from each of the slimes as you kill them. She smells especially like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Annalisa, it is your turn.
All right. And Lisa smells gross, and she's
Yeah.
very mad about that. But this large slime is especially vexing her more than even the other slime, so she's gonna attack that again.
Roll to hit.
Come on, nat 20.
Roll your double damage,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
Roll your double damage.
All right. That's 5 plus 1. Where? So that's 6 plus 3 plus 2. So that's 11 damage.
Nice. This thing is gonzo. This thing is gonzo for sure. What you started to do is you've attacked it, and the orb is still there, like the little lump is still there, but it is insignificant to the point that you could kind of move around without it attacking you, obviously. But there obviously still is a slime there. It's just blip. It's a blip and not really a slime. So Annalisa, you now could do your movement if you want to. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't. That thing's gonna. The other slime's gonna attack her no matter what. But that. How far away is the other slime? The
Mega slime is
slime?
in the middle of the room. It's probably 10, 15 feet away from you.
Alright, I don't think she's gonna run up to it until next turn.
Alright.
So I think she's just good. She was extra angry, so she gave that attack extra oomph, and she's not
Yeah.
quite ready to move on. She's kind of like smushing it with her foot, like, Arr!
All right, Tucker, you are right next to the hole number 3 on the left-hand side. What do you want to do?
Once again, just trying to find the biggest ball that'll fit and put it in as quickly as possible.
Actually, once again, you see the left side starts to slowly regain a sense of normalcy. Obviously, the nature magic seems to be more filtered, more relaxed, more controlled as you do that, and you start to see the tendrils start to thin out. Obviously, what you have done is you have limited the amount of nature magic that can suck out of there. As you start to get ready, and I'm assuming head to hole number 2 on the left side.
Yes.
All right. So you do that, and you're back at hole number 2. The central slime, while it doesn't seem to be getting weaker, it seems to be receiving less strength. It is now Mega Slime's turn. Mega Slime is going for Annalisa, and is going to get a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
So with reduction, you're going to get 2 bludgeon damage and 1 acid damage.
Alright.
How you looking on health, buddy?
I got 6 health left.
Hey, not bad.
Hey.
All right, it is now going to be
Oh, we don't
Ordo's
have 4,
turn.
never mind. We're not twins. Okay. Could I can I kind of gather why they've switched their focus to.
I think I think at this point it's a little obvious. You should be able to know. I think
Yeah.
you as Ordo are
Okay.
thoroughly aware that they switched the focus to Annalisa because she smells.
Gotcha. What are they attacking with exactly? Is he like
He's whipping like a tendril ladder, essentially.
okay?
As he kind of flattens out, he's
And
kind of like doing a whoopah.
gotcha. Is it kind of safe to assume that his tendrils could hit us from anywhere in the room? Because
Not
like
anywhere.
they've
Not
been spreading
anywhere.
out to the sides of the room. That's why I was wondering.
Not anywhere, but at least to the grapevines themselves, more than likely, yes. I would say like
Okay.
at the door and at the obelisk, probably not. Probably a little too far.
Okay. Oh, that. Oh. No, that's too stupid. Never mind. Uh,
Go for it if you
I
want.
am.
What would Ordo Broken Tusk do? Is he gonna do the Macarena?
Is there slime like not a living slime, just slime near me?
Yeah.
Could I take the slime and cover some of myself in it to try to get the scent on me?
At this point in time, I think you're aware that you would. That's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
I think at this point in time, you're aware that the pheromones only occur when there's a dead slime.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Then
there is
never
a
mind.
slime in front of you that is like a glorp left over. You could probably smash it and like junk it all on yourself. Sure.
Would I be able to do that and then get to like the obelisk where I don't think that slime can reach me? Or
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay. I need you to do me a Constitution saving throw because you are picking up an acidic slime.
Yes, of course. This is probably a horrible idea at 4 health, but you know what? We live in the moment, baby. It is a 12.
12. Good. 1d20 damage. No. This is a weak amount of slime because it's already very weak, so it's only going to reach a little bit. You're going to take 1 acid damage as it essentially covers your armor, and the smell is very pervasive, probably just as pervasive as Annalisa's. But you do run towards the obelisk in hopes of luring it towards you.
Gotcha.
But you do take 1 point of damage. That's it.
Gotcha.
It is-
That's a full turn, yeah.
Yep. Annalisa, it is your turn. You kind of see what Ordo has done. I think you recognize what Ordo's done because, like, now Ordo smells too. Like, ugh, ill.
Yes. But Annalisa's gonna take her great axe and round on now the mega slime that made her so stinky, and she's going to attack it.
Roll the hit.
Aw. That is a 7.
A 7 doesn't
I
hit.
rolled a 2.
No, 7 doesn't hit. As you kind of do it, like you see that the slime just kind of glorps out of the way as your axe tries to get to it. It seems like it's able to react a little bit better than the other ones were, at least. Tucker, it is your turn.
Tucker is going to hole now. Is it 2 or 1?
Hole 2 on the left side,
Tucker is going to hole number 2, baby.
and he's gonna plug that shit right up.
Mm-hmm.
As you plug in the orb for hole number 2, it solidifies. You see the pulsing green start to calm down, and now only hole number 1 on both the right and left side of the left, but they're both just dribbling out slime instead of actually producing any in any significant manner. Rather, you were able to pretty well control the release of slime, and you see that essentially this mega slime is not going to be getting any sincere backup anytime soon. Now all that's left in the room is the mega slime itself, who is its turn. The mega slime starts going towards Ordo. And
Like moving?
yeah, the slime starts moving towards your direction. Obviously, it will still be able to attack you and Annalisa in the position it's still in, but it does conglomerate more into a bulb. And this bulb now is 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. As it starts coming towards you, it's going to roll to attack you, Ordo.
Gotcha.
It's going to get an 18, which would have hit in your old AC. But
Hey, let's go. I was right.
as the slime shoots out a big old thing of like slime right at you, it bounces
Oh
off.
shit.
Oops! It bounces off your armor, and you're Gucci, my dude. You're Gucci.
Cool. I do want to mention I forgot this earlier.
Yeah.
I have Wrath of the Storm, which I can use. Basically, I could have used this like 3 or 4 times today because every time I get hit, I can use it, and it probably would have made this whole thing go faster. So I apologize, guys.
What does it
Um,
do? Out of curiosity, just to
so if
shame yourself a little bit more.
When a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage on a failed saving throw and half as much as a successful one. And I can use this feature a number of times equal to my wisdom modifier per day, or per long rest, and I have a +4.
Fucking
Damn.
Ordo.
So that was a lot of damage I could have been putting out, so I apologize.
He's not mad enough. He doesn't have enough wrath.
Guess what? You're never gonna forget after today.
Oh, dude, I've been waiting to get hit since I read it. I've been like, I know I have 4 health, now 3 health, but if I get hit with just enough damage,
Yeah.
but it is my turn now, isn't it?
It is your turn. Yeah.
Shit. I'm just gonna. I mean, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna keep sacred flaming this.
The
It's
dexterity.
like, I mean,
Yeah. It failed its dexterity roll. It got a 10. So.
cool. 7 damage.
Ooh, that's
7
good.
radiant.
Yeah, 7 radiant damage. It does it really well. You hit it pretty hard. It's definitely not down and out for the count, but it is. It has a little less vim and vigor to it. And Elisa, it is your turn.
All right, Annalisa is going to adjust her grip on her great axe and try again.
Roll the hit.
That is a 17.
That hits. Roll for damage.
That is 12 damage.
12 damage. That's a lot of good damage. It is taking quite a bit of damage at this point.
12 slashing.
Yeah, you done 12 slashing damage, and you kind of cut a good chunk off on it, so it's definitely a lot smaller. But it's still kind of going. It is now Tucker's turn.
Now that everything seems to be stabilized, Tucker is going to take out the big guns, and by the big guns I mean his short bow.
All right.
And he's going to aim and attempt to fire a shot at the slime.
Roll the hit.
Oh, dice, please. That is a dirty 20.
That hits. Roll for damage.
All right. 1d6 plus 2. 6.
All right. As the shot goes into it, you see that the wood quite easily dissolves inside of it. But otherwise, you do see that it does it does like glop off a decent size of it, and it does not feel good about it. In fact, you kind of do see some tendrils starting to form on its side as well. I need everyone to give me. Tucker, you will have an advantage on this. I will need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
14.
What'd you get, Tucker?
21.
And what did you get, Ordo?
13.
13. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. Tucker, you succeeded. You're not going to take any damage at all. Everyone else is... Oh, I'm so sorry, Ordo. You're going to take 1 bludgeon and 2 acid damage.
All right, I'm down.
On your turn, you're down. Which it is now your turn.
Yep, I know the drill. Trust me, I know. I did this shit yesterday. I know. I'm very familiar with what to do.
Ordo
17.
17. You have passed your death saving throw, and you creep closer to life. And Elisa, it is your turn. You see, Ordo has kind of passed out behind you, but you know that if you get to him quickly enough, it will be a-okay. And Elisa, what are you gonna do?
Wait, Annalisa can stabilize him, or
Well, you as in the group.
yeah. Annalisa
I
is
got it. I got it. I got it,
yeah,
Annalise.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
I figured. So Annalisa's gonna see this, and she is going to be furious.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to turn towards that slime, and she's gonna be so furious she fucking misses.
Oh, I'll say because you're so furious, I'll give you advantage. Why not?
Yay! I don't know why. If only it was a 1, then I could have. All right. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. Roll for damage.
All right. That is going to be 10 damage. 10. Yeah, 10 slashing damage.
All right, this thing definitely shrieks down quite a bit. It you could I would say this. You are aware that it's kind of like on its last legs essentially. Thank you guys very much for the follow. Thank you guys for rating. If you guys want to follow and enjoy some more D&D content, I do it every other week. Otherwise, I do Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and all that stuff later on in the week. But let's get back to this real quick. You do quite a decent amount of damage. This slime is definitely on its last legs. It's definitely does not have the ability to get anything out. It's now confined to a smaller, like 5 foot by 5 foot space. And Tucker, if Tucker wants to, Tucker could actually go around it and see if he could get to Ordo now, or he could attack it and try to finish it off. What does Tucker want to do?
Any other time, Tuck might have attack to finish it off, but Ordo did kind of save his ass when he was at 1 hit point, so he's going to rush to Ordo's side as fast as he can, taking out the potion as he's running and uncork it and kind of just shove it in his mouth as he slides over there.
All right. You said you were sliding over. Give me a cool acrobatics roll. So you see how cool you slide over there.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I'm a thief. This should be good.
Oh god.
13.
It's not as cool as it could have been.
That one, you break the vial.
Nah, this is all flavor. That one would have been like he clumsily made it over, but he made it over. This is just like would you have slid through the slime and make a really cool wave and stop? It's like you went through and like you like for like the last second or two you kind of like got down, you got to sit on your knees for a second. It was cool, but like, come on, you know.
Tucker kind of feels like it was really cool. Like he didn't see himself do it, so on the inside he feels like a badass.
On the inside, you feel like a badass. Ordo will never see anything. I don't think Annalisa's focused on you, so you could say like you were a badass. But if anyone actually saw it, you know, God up in heaven, you know. But yeah,
whichever one it may be.
Man. Between me and Ida.
Between you and Ina. Yeah, you are next to Ordo, and I'll say you're able to pour the potion down his throat if you want to.
Yeah, it's what was it, a 2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2.
Are you using your... Or wait, no, you couldn't get a healing kit,
Sorry.
right?
No, she did get a healing kit. You got a healer's kit?
I did.
Which
a healer's kit only stabilizes, though Tucker is going to heal him.
Alright, so you're using mine?
Yeah.
I just need to know so I can get rid of it as part of my inventory.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2, yep.
Alright, so that's a 3. That's a 4. And then 2, so 9. 9 points, Ordo.
Woo!
Ordo, you are back to pretty good fighting strength at this point. I think your HP was 11, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm basically full. Man, you're a better healer than I am.
All right, Ordo, you have been resurrected, but it is now going to be Mega Slime's turn. Mega Slime is going to attack Annalisa.
No! Attack me! I can take it.
Ripped to me, probably.
Oh,
if
shit,
you go
dropped the
down,
dice.
I can stabilize you with the healer's kit.
Annalise, there's a 15 hit.
A 15 does hit.
All right, so the good news is you're reducing that physical damage down to 1, and you are taking 1 acid damage.
Oh, I'm still alive.
Oh, wow,
I
okay.
have 1 hit point left. I have
Damn.
3. I have 1 left.
All right. It is now going to be Ordo's turn. Ordo, what you doing, homie?
Uh, oh man. All right, chat. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this, chat? Sacred Flame.
The
What
only
is
thing
it?
you've done
Bated breath.
today. Oh, God, it got a 2.
Look, no, I Shield of Faith, and I almost died. Those are other things I did today.
Good point. It got a 2 on its dexterity saving throw. Go for it.
Yeah, that fails. I don't know if you need me to tell you that, but that
Hold on.
fails.
Let me add its dexterity. Minus
God.
1.
1 damage. 1 radiant damage.
Well, the good news is its health is 30, and you've done 29 damage so far.
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
Dead
The
serious.
sacred flame took
Are
it
you
out.
serious? right now?
Dead
The 1
serious.
damage Sacred Flame?
You in your kind of tired stupor, you point your hand and do your incantation as you slowly start to wake up, and a smaller than average sacred flame starts to curl from under and then shoot up through it. But this very pinpoint divine light shoots through it, and immediately the slime kind of slurps and dissolves immediately.
Oh man.
I think you all realize it's definitely acidic, so you guys take a few steps back to make sure you're out of the range of the acid as it spills out. But you guys have defeated the Mega Slime.
Yeah!
Woo! Do we still have to plug holes? I
Yes.
thought there were like 2 other. Okay, we might want to do that. All right, gang, we're done here. Let's leave.
Tucker, you plug up the 2 holes in there to make sure that nothing happens. And as you kind of look back, you're able to see that now that violent green humming that used to be there is now very gentle, very relaxed, and I guess the best way to put it is very regulated. I think Tucker's able to make this conclusion a little bit better. This was obviously a regulatory source for the obelisk to make sure nature magic came out properly, and it had been breaking over the past several years, and now it seems to be a lot more regulated, a lot more properly put together. And Lisa, you exit out of your rage. Anything else y'all want to do before you head out of the dungeon?
Annalisa, kind of like, as she exits, as like the adrenaline wears off, she's feeling the effects of that being on 1 hit point, and she kind of just like, like jams her great axe into the ground and kind of like leans on it a little bit, like
Ordo offers. Well, Ordo first says, "I'm sorry, Annalise. I have to do this." He turns around and he hugs the obelisk. And then a quick one, like a not. He definitely like lets go. When he's letting go, it's kind of slow, like he's reluctant to, but he knows that he has to. And then he offers to to carry Annalisa out because he can tell that she's like hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
Annalisa looks up at him and goes, "Absolutely not." And she kind of starts hobbling her way towards the door.
As she hobbles, Tucker is going to catch up to her and kind of throw her bag or hand it to her. And he's going to be like,
Just chuck it at her.
Yeah.
1 damage from chucking it at her.
He's like, turns out it just needed maintenance this whole time.
She kind of looks at him, and it looks like she wants to say something, but she just straight up does not have the energy. So she goes, "Yes, it seems so."
As you guys make your way up slowly to make sure Annalisa doesn't trip or fall on the stairs,
Mhm. And
um,
then die.
and then
Uh,
die.
I want to say that as they get close to the top of the stairs, Annalisa tries to lean less off her axe and like stand up a little bit straighter,
Sure, yeah.
so that she's exiting more confidently.
As you exit the ruins, you do see that there is a small crowd that's actually kind of around you, like looking a little bit worried. But you do see Serafina kind of come on up, and she immediately is examining Annalisa. Obviously, she's a very worried mom. She just sent her daughter to do something very dangerous. Obviously, she's a very worried mom. She's looking at Annalisa. She's like, all right, let's take a look, see what's happening. She's obviously very worried, very fussy, kind of like the mom don't situation. Like she lifts her thumb
Yeah.
to get some of the grime off your cheek, kind of deal. She definitely sees that you are not feeling hot. She's had experience in the field, but she knows but she's fussy, and at this point, I don't think she's really holding back on the mom fussiness. Like even though you're coming out proud and tall ish, she's like, can you get that weird Kiwi cleric over here? We need him very quickly. And like you see someone rush
Oh
into
God, him.
you see someone rush into the manor. And she's obviously very focused on Annalisa, and then parents obviously very focused on Annalisa. Like he's fussing a little bit too, but like he's giving the mom a little bit of space to fuss first. And you guys are definitely second in their eyes.
Oh, for sure.
But Lanus does come out. He's at the doorway. He's slowly making his way over. He's able to walk pretty well. He's got a little bit of a cane for support because his legs are still pretty badly burned. But he does go up and he goes, "Oh, I can't wait to hear what happened." He goes, "You look a little worse for wear."
Who's he
Just a
saying that to?
scratch.
In general,
Okay.
to all of you.
I mean, I'm
Text-
at 9 health now, actually. I look great.
I mean,
I'm
you
almost full
look
health.
damaged still.
Yeah.
Tuck is just gonna say, it was just a scratch. It was a good thing that I had Annalisa and Ordo in there with me. I think that they took the brunt of everything.
I do have to say I can't thank the two of. Well, she's busy. I'll tell her later, but I can't thank you guys enough. Lanu, your pupil here, definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. You should be proud to have him as a student.
Tuck is going to blush and be like, he's like super embarrassed about getting the compliment and immediately kind of looks like he wants to shrink away.
He goes, "I see. I have no doubt his knowledge was well useful. Tuck, I cannot wait to hear what happened down there."
Tuck is going to sling an arm around Lanu's shoulders.
With
Yeah, okay.
And then bring him down.
Gonna fucking suplex city this guy.
meanwhile, with
You're being fussed over still. Yeah, 100%.
yeah, and Annalisa's while she's being fussed over is kind of going to take off the backpack and like reach into it and pull out the book, and she's like, this was one of the few things I was able to retrieve that was not somewhat decrepit. My bag did get a little crowded at one point, but hopefully this is enough for now.
Mom, obviously, your mom just gives it to someone else to carefully put away, but she's still fussing over you. She does not give a shit. In comparison, like, her daughter just came out. She's very happy you're doing well, that you did everything, but, like, she's definitely, like, not caring about the book that much. She's caring about you and your success, and she's very excited, and she's also very worried. You're obviously standing up, and you're obviously doing your mission, so she's not as worried as she was before. But like, she's your mom. You just went on your first deadly mission. She is not going to like. good barrel name aside, she's going to be fussy a little bit over. And what is Annalisa's favorite thing ever to eat?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. It's probably some sort of pie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think grape pie is a thing.
No, it's
but
not. I mean,
Oh god,
yeah, it's like
that'd
a
be
dessert
so
pie, sure, but like,
Great place. I don't like that.
uh, I would not say it's. Uh, Either way, your
say
mom
like
kind of goes to
blueberry pie
someone.
or something.
Sure, your mom goes to someone like.
Aren't good berries? Yeah. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
No, your mom goes to whoever is closest. Essentially, just says, "Tell the cooks to start readying her favorite meal. We're celebrating tonight, kind of deal, you know." And as she does, the person that always seems the cook is going to go get ready your favorite meal. And she kind of steps up, and now father's taking care of you, kind of taking you a little bit back from the basement door. And Serafina goes, "Well, thank you guys, thank you very much. It seems like mission accomplished. My daughter is, uh, she seems very well cared for. You guys did fantastic. Thank you very much for that. I would love to treat you to." Once again, dinner tonight, and your lodging will most certainly be on me. And perhaps I can, after examining everything downstairs, I can give you a better understanding of the compensation, or in your case, the tip we can provide.
Oh,
To you.
that's wonderful. I just want to say your daughter is a fierce warrior, and she's gonna be great out there. I do want to say that. You should be very proud.
She smiles hearing that, and she goes, "I will see you later tonight. For now, if you need medical attention," and you kind of see the somewhat twitchy kiwi start coming up, and they go, "Oh, Reverend Hissington, thank you very much for coming out." And he goes, "Oh, of course, let's get this going." He kind of casts a Cure Light Wounds immediately on Annalisa for
The full amount.
7 + 4, so that's 11 points.
11.
Yeah, 11
Yeah.
hit points.
Alright, she is not at full health, but so much better.
Yeah.
Tuck.
She looks almost like she kind of like sinks back a little bit, and it's because she's relaxing because she was trying so hard
Yeah.
before, not just keel over.
It was more unnatural how you were trying to stand up before. Now it's a lot more natural. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like it looks almost worse, but like far more natural.
Yeah. So you do that, and he goes, "All right, this is very 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 good. Uh, burn 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 burn. I have cream."
What?
Is that his incantation for casting the heal?
Nope. He takes out a jar of cream, and he
I
goes,
thought he
kiwi
was
cream?
pointing
Is
to
it kiwi
people
cream?
and saying burn.
"No, he's looking at you guys. He's kind of like pointing at you guys, like he points to parts of your body. Burn, 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 burn. Cream." And he goes,
Oh, he has burn cream.
"Yes." He goes,
Oh,
"I will administer inside." Hey, good news.
inside one.
The building.
Tuck is
Oh.
going to say, "I need to
Oh.
go to the bathroom," and he's going to slip out.
Hold on there. He kind of sees where your burns are at, and he puts his like hand like into the cream,
Oh god.
and he starts laughing.
Is he wearing gloves?
He is. Yeah, he's a proper medical
Oh.
practitioner. Yeah, he is wearing gloves.
Okay.
He slathers it on your neck and where the major burns are. It smells like kiwi,
Of course it does.
but your burns feel so much better. Like
Tuck stares at the kiwi eye.
it's definitely like how you kind of put yogurt on a sunburn.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Sure, yeah.
Have you not put yogurt on a sunburn?
No, I
No.
get aloe vera. And I just use like aloe plant for sunburns.
I mean, I do too, but like I used back in the day when I was in Santorini, we would use like Greek yogurt, just put it on the sunburns, and it would feel so much better.
Of course he did.
Oh my god.
Of course it was.
He just kind of slathers this kiwi smelling stuff on your
putting-
neck.
Kiwi yogurt on us.
Kiwi burn cream.
It's kiwi yogurt.
It's much more
No,
like a
it's kiwi
lotion.
yogurt.
It's much more like a lotion than it is a yogurt. I said
Mhm.
yogurt.
Mhm.
But
Tuck,
yeah,
Tuck just wants to accomplish one more thing.
yeah. What?
He wants to sneak. He's going to say, "I need to go to the bathroom,"
Yeah.
and he wants to sneak into the house and go into Annalise's bathroom in specific.
Whoa!
What?
Guys,
Do you want-
calm
you want to
down.
go- Do you want to just go like sneak into Wiggs' room instead? That might be safer. Like,
This has gotten really weird. Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Oh, dice! Oh, please.
Like her you mean like the family bathroom somewhere? I hope.
No,
You gotta
specifically Annalise's bathroom.
Yeah.
you're gonna sneak into and through the entire house to
Yes.
the bathroom?
Yes, 14.
Tugger.
Hold on.
No. Oh, jeez.
Okay, so I rolled to contest that with some perception rolls. No one in the crowd's gonna notice you really going off or where you're going off to, or no one's gonna really think of anything else. I'm sorry, Annalisa. You are now at Annalisa's bedroom, which connects to her private restroom.
Wait, bedroom or bathroom did you want to go
Well,
in?
your
bathroom.
the restroom is connected to your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like kind
The
of like a
restroom
master suite.
connected to your bedroom.
Bedroom is connected to the hallway.
Hallway.
Yeah.
There we go.
While
Okay.
he's in there, Tucker wants to look for any kind of shampoo or soap.
Okay. Yes.
And he wants to take the vial of slime that he saved and pour it into her shampoo and soap.
Tucker.
And Lisa will remember this.
For those who don't know, Tucker took a very smelly sample of slime. It smells like really bad fermented grapes. And he just put it into Annalisa shampoo.
Oh no.
Is the slime sample the kind that burns?
I
Or
will
is
say this
it-
in this case, no. The conditioner shampoo.
Yeah, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it if it would have hurt her.
No,
he just
it-
wants to make it smell.
It was mostly pheromones and that kind of stuff for sure. Yeah. Yeah. You.
Wow.
What kind of scent did you use previously in your shampoos, Annalisa? It doesn't smell like it, anyways. So, it
Yeah.
smells like shit now.
Wow.
And you sneak out, Tucker, and find an actual restroom to use, I guess, to make an alibi. Okay. Anything else that's needed to be done before Annalisa gets really mad before dinner?
I think Ordo is going to actually spend some time with Reverend Hissington.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
just to learn a little bit about the great kiwi in the sky.
Yeah. Okay. And Annalisa.
Until she showers, I don't think she's gonna do anything except sort of like look at her dad and be like, "Well, did I do an acceptable job?"
He kind of goes, "You did fantastic." He goes.
She grins, knowing her bag of holding is now secured.
He goes.
Thanks, kid.
He goes. We're going to take a look downstairs after he tells us everything, see what we can get, and see what we got to do for the future. But other than that, I think we're gonna end it off here for tonight. You guys successfully complete your quest. Next game will be probably more roleplay based. You guys will be leveling up to level 2 for next game. We're not going to be doing XP. We're going to be doing kind of achievement based leveling up. So you guys are all getting to level 2 next game, which will be in 2 weeks on August 28th. You guys will be doing the next game. At that point in time, we will also be having some fun new introductions and possibly a shopping montage. So get ready for that. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you can actually offer. This does include you, actually, Noel, too. You can actually offer a magic item to be bought in the specialty store that it will be coming by on the 28th. So people have already offered a few items in, and I have been giggling at one specifically. It's pretty fantastic. But I do hope you guys have, if you're a subscriber, have an idea. Or if you're not a subscriber, I'm going to see what I can do. Maybe I can do like a random gachapon pick kind of deal, see what's kind of going on there. And just pull one out of the hat kind of deal, put it in once in a while. But if you're a subscriber, feel free to send me your ideas on the Discord. And yeah, let's go on to the credits real quick. First and foremost, a big thank you to AJ for all the support, being one of my best friends, and doing the amazing emote work. The emotes are fantastic. If you haven't taken a look at them, make sure to take a look at them. The Holy Kiwi, the Honk, the Ouch, the Wummy, and the GG are beautiful and fantastic. A big thank you to Scott2 Network for doing an amazing job with my intro music. I love it. It's great. Thank you very much, Scott2 Network. Big thank you to all my mods, AJ and Colin. A big thank you to Noel, to Katie, and to Neville for being fantastic players, for playing D&D with me. And a big thank you for Kelly to skipping out today. No, I'm kidding. She had some technical issues with lightning. There have been some storms in Florida, so she has no Wi-Fi right now. And a double big thank you to all of you guys for your constant support and hanging out with me. I reached 246 followers today. That's awesome. Almost at 250,000. That's really fucking cool. So thank you guys very much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. If your friends like D&D, tell them to join on in on the 28th. And if your friends like Vidya games, tell them to join in any other day. Oh. Yes, now Neville, you can also choose one item to go in the specialty shop. Thank you very much for your subscription, Neville.
You got it.
I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, chat.